Yo,
We're live.
cracking Dalton. We're back in this bitch, back in the back of the building, like 9/11. You know what I'm saying? We're back in here, ready to run this arena of ideas once again. This is arena number 6.
Yep, we've raised the portcullis. Step on into the arena of ideas. The link is in the chat if anybody wants to hop on in. You can do battle, or you can just I don't know, shoot the shit with us.
Yeah,
No pressure really. But if you want a bloodbath, we'll bring you one.
yeah. If you want a matchup, we'll stick the next guy against you and just see how it goes. But me personally, I'm not. I think everybody on this show, I think the audience and the guests, the hosts included, know that I like a good argument. Every once in a while, I like to argue really for no reason, and preferably about the dumbest thing to argue about possible.
Yeah,
But today, today's one of those days where I just feel a little bit beaten down by life. I'm not sad or depressed. I feel great, but it's just my mind is kind of like, I just want to have some fun today. Which I'm
yeah.
saying this now, cut to 30 minutes in, where I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, you
But
just finished a big project, dude. You just exhausted so much creative energy that
yeah,
you're back in the rest, the hibernation, the
that's
slumber.
actually a great point. That's yeah, I'm like, I just mentally came. So
Yeah,
like I'm still feeling the goodness from that. And then I get very feisty when I haven't made music in a while. I've noticed
yeah.
that
Because
too.
when I do these shows with you or tune into your streams and all that, it's like you're fun. You're funny. You're fun to hang out with. You're cool. You're cool. You're chill. And but it doesn't even occur to me that in the background, like what I'm not witness to is you in the lab cooking, working on these music. What are they called? Songs. These music songs.
They're kind of like clips,
Yeah,
but music.
because the one you dropped this week, the mean machine. I was like, once again, I was impressed. I was like, damn, dude, Craig is like been working his ass off on this stuff while he's doing everything else with us, like all the streaming and everything. I was like, man, I am extremely lazy myself, but thank you. Crack is it's Crack's do rag cape that I'm riding.
I
So
I there's nothing more I want in this world to somehow like build a big following, like something that just works, some song that's like a broad topic and not the podcast with Kim Congdon and uh Alex Harrington, I guess you would say.
I don't know
Uh
what she is now.
Uh, yeah, but just something that goes crazy and gets me to like 100K subs, so I can literally like I can put my boys on whatever that means. It wouldn't be like we all have mansions or anything, but we'd all be able to maybe make a living from this, and we could tour. We could go to fucking whatever city in fucking Arizona and do a live Crowder Boys,
I can't. I've
something like that.
always wanted to go to Arizona. You know this about me. I've always said I can't wait to go to Tucson. Can't
Yeah.
wait to really travel the world. Go see go to where the tea is made. I want to see how the tea is made.
Yeah, there's nothing I want more than that. But it's funny you say that, and I appreciate, the kind words, because I do put a lot of work into the music side, so it's nice to hear that, especially from somebody I respect, comedically. But to tell you the
Well,
truth,
you know what they say? I'm the carp of comedy.
they have been saying that
They
lately.
have been saying that I'm the carp of comedy. I,
They've been saying that. Everybody
yeah,
should start saying that. Like the fish, right?
yeah. I'm a bottom feeder.
The bottom feed, the angler fish.
Yeah, we were saying that off mic. I'm the carp of comedy.
Oh yeah,
I
we
just
should
feed on
also
trash.
we should also say we can continue the carp talk, of course, but we should say we haven't even mentioned that Robbie is not here.
Oh yeah, Robbie messaged us like right before the he's gonna be like 20 minutes late. His words, he said, "I got fucked by a train." So I guess he's getting sodomized by a bunch of dudes,
I
and then
mean,
he'll be
it's word
here.
for word what he said. Usually we like to play around, like he gives a real, well, whatever his definition of a real reason is, like going to a NBA game, and then we say like, oh, he got raped by like every woodland creature possible, one by
Yeah,
one. But no, he said exactly the words, I got fucked by a train. So
we should pull up the. Speaking of getting fucked by a bunch of dudes, we should pull up that clip that everybody's doing discourse on because it's one of the. It's It's genuinely good TV, but it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen people have serious discussions about. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Um,
That show, White Lotus. I have no clue what this show's about, dude. I watched like 2 episodes of the first season, and I was just like, okay, so it's just like rich people on vacation. I don't know what the show is beyond that. But apparently, in the third season, there's this scene between Walton Goggins and Sam Rockwell, where Sam Rockwell is just telling him, he's delivering this like 3 minute monologue where he's like, "Yeah, so I brought a girl back one night, and she ended up being a lady boy. Wasn't the first time I've been with one, but this time instead of me fucking the lady boy fucked me." He was like, and then I thought, what if I want to be that Asian girl and I'm fucking myself? And he's like, he goes on, he's talking about like, so then I just started bringing guys over all the time. Sometimes I have to pay them. And it's funny because the whole time Walton Goggins, it'll just cut to him every now and then. He'll be like, right. And, and then there's like people online having like serious discussions about like, I don't even know what, trans ideology or whatever. It was a funny concept that like a guy fucks a lady boy and then gets addicted to gay sex is basically what happens.
yeah,
But anyway, so that's what's happening to Robbie right now.
yeah. That's I guess it's not really a spoiler because I've heard people talking about what you're saying. I haven't really seen it. I've heard about it. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but uh, I have been saving that show kind of like I'm gonna watch it. But I mean, it's the talk about it is so loud. I guess it's not even a spoiler that the guy
It's
talks about
not
getting
really a
pooped.
spoiler because I don't know what the show's even about. And according to everyone online, it just kind of came out of nowhere anyway. So I don't know. So sorry if I spoiled the White Lotus for anybody. I have no clue I watched the first couple episodes of the first season, and I guess it's like an anthology series. So like each season's like different characters, different story. But from what I can tell, it's like a slice of life kind of thing. It's just like rich people, I don't know, being rich and having like minor inconveniences on their lavish vacation.
Is it about pedophiles? They have minor inconveniences.
I don't know. I only watched the first 2 episodes, maybe.
That's why I get caught between a rock and a hard place. You know, with when it comes to one of my favorite shows, um, the Righteous Gemstones. You know, it's like I'm the type of guy who, I mean, it kind of just depends what it is, I guess, like how bad I want to watch it. But Righteous Gemstones is like I'm doing this thing that I try and do with a lot of shows. I try and do it with Curb too, but it's like, or at least I did. I try and save it for so that I can watch the whole season. But then it becomes a battle with the internet of like
Can't even do that anymore, dude.
seeing a spoiler and I have to avert my eyes and like try not to look at what it is. And then people talk about the show and people talk about how good the first episode was, and I like get tempted to watch. So it's like, but then if I watch it week to week, I'm like, I'm not even really absorbing the entire show the way I feel like it should be.
Oh, I
You know?
like week to week. It's just frustrating how I gotta wake up at like 3 a.m. to watch it before the internet spoils it for me. I don't I love the week to week format. I like watching an episode and then having a week to ponder on it and really soak it in and savor the show. I don't like binge watching things. I feel gross when I like binge watching. To me, feels a little bit like when I binge eat, which I do pretty regularly, where I just feel sick and kind of gross after several hours of like watching the same show.
Yeah, I try and limit myself, but I do like to watch like a movie amount of a TV show. Like I like to watch at a
You're gonna
clip.
love movies. If you like a movie amount of a show, you're gonna, dude. Wait till you see a movie.
Yeah, dude. It's like, but I at a clip, I like to watch 2 or 3 episodes. No more, no less. Like to me, like it's like a Succession that I've been watching. You watch one episode of Succession, and it is 1 hour, but you just feel like I just need a little bit more progression, you
Oh,
know?
Succession was fun around the water cooler. That was a fun like week to week show when it was on.
Yeah.
like everybody was talking about it like each week. That was a good one.
Breaking Bad was a fun week to week too.
Yeah, but I didn't find Breaking Bad till like the fourth season.
Yeah, same here. I didn't even watch it. I just heard about it. I was like, "Oh, the dad from Malcolm in the Middle." And then uh I guess I was like college age around that time, so a lot of kids that like went to school were all talking about like Breaking Bad and shit like that, and somehow it got around to me, just like hanging out with kids on like their fall break and shit, and they were crazy about the show, so I started watching it, binged it, and then was able to catch up in like the last season or two and start
Yeah,
watching it. And I got to watch like watching that season finale live with everybody speculating and talking about it. It was a pretty cool experience.
that was cool. And then I watched Better Call Saul week to week as it came out. And that was good. That was some good TV. There are a lot of shows though. There's too many shows.
There's
You know,
so fucking, and it's like
I have a handful of stories that I follow. I got my stories, but I ain't trying to watch all the shows, dude. There's too many shows.
there's some that I just like saving for, I don't know, just for years. Like I just put them off and I'm like, I'll watch them one day. And Succession is one I'm doing it right now, but it's like I'm never like, oh, I should have watched this earlier, because I'm always sad when it ends. I'm like, I gave myself a gift, like a time capsule. Like I know this is a good show. Everybody says it's a good show. I'll watch it in 3 years. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm like, movies. It's kind of where movies are sometimes better than shows because a movie is like a complete story. Hour and
There's
a half, two
finality to it.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. Movies exist in like a different. It's like a different art form, and to me, it's like a higher art or a more refined art form. Movies, and they're more visual for sure than shows.
It's weird because like if a movie is so much of a movie, it can actually become a show again. Because like The Irishman, right? When that came out, I was like, ain't no way I even have time to sit down and watch all this at one clip. So I broke The Irishman up into like 3 parts, and I'm like, I'm watching a fucking TV. They made me watch a movie as a TV show. The fuck is this?
Yeah. Um yeah, and that's one way to watch movies at home is you can watch them in pieces. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. I think it's really impressive to see like a store like a really um well told story that can be told in a matter of like a couple hours. Whereas like a show, like the whole idea of a show, the foundation of a TV show is like, can we do this for a whole season? Which nowadays is anywhere between 8 to 10 episodes. And that's where they fucked themselves on shows was serializing everything to where it's now. And now, shows now exist as like 8, 9, 10 hour movies where that's how
Yeah.
they try to do it. Cause like back in the day, it was really fun and much more accessible when it was like X-Files style, where it was like 22 episodes in a season, but maybe only 8 of those were connected to anything, and then all the other ones were just like episodic, just monster of the week kind of stuff. That was fun. It's like nowadays, there's no like jumping in and out of a show. It's you have to watch it from the beginning and then watch like fucking 20 hours of this shit. And so much of it is just, the writers like stringing it along to fill the time. Like the Matrix, dude. The first Matrix movie tells that entire story in 2 hours and 16 minutes, a whole ass Matrix. And then this fucking show that everybody's got their dicks hard for, which I like the show, but this show Severance. I'm like, man, we're fucking like 20 hours in the Severance when a whole Matrix only takes like 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, and a movie, if a movie done the right way, as opposed to a show, which there's right ways to do shows too. I think my favorite things that I've like, I think I enjoyed The Sopranos as a series probably more than I've enjoyed any movie in my life, if that makes sense. But
The
there's something about,
Sopranos is like as close to TV? TV. That's probably where TV like really lined up with movies. It was like as movie as TV ever got. was The Sopranos.
Yeah, a
But
movie is a
then,
more like delicate balance of how much can we trim the fat on this story and make it the length of a motion picture, whereas a show is like you're probably gonna get a bunch of fucking details you don't even need.
yeah, and well, and movies are also, much more visual spectacles. So like it's, TV shows, even like action shows, like most of the TV shows just people having conversations in different rooms and buildings. It's like the writing, is what makes a TV show. Whereas like a movie is at the behest of the director. It's like a visual medium. So you definitely need like a good script, but it's also like very visual. So you can have like stretches of a movie where nobody's talking, but the story is told visually. Um, which TV struggles. There's very few like moments in TV that can do that.
Yeah.
Like I know like the eighth episode of the third season of Twin Peaks does that really well, but that's David Lynch, so that's like a high level director who's able to pull that off in a hour TV episode. But typically, like that kind of visual storytelling is really only found in movies. Like Once Upon a
Yeah.
Time in Hollywood, just those long sequences of like driving around. You can't really do that in a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I thought about too our discussion earlier where you were talking about, and I only say this. First of all, I'm not bragging when I say this. It's probably my biggest downfall as a creator. I should probably get a lot better with it. But I just wanted to clarify, just so you know, when you were saying earlier, it's like, oh, we're doing streams and stuff, and Crack is working on all this behind the scenes, which like some of these things, like I try and be secretive with, and this was definitely one of them. Like that's why I was kind of like hinting at it on like Crowder Boys or whatever. But I'll be honest, I didn't even know at that time if I was definitely gonna make the song. I had like a hook in my head. I had decided on that beat if I was gonna do it, but I was waiting to write and flesh it out Saturday to decide if I even wanted to do it.
That sounds
So
painful, getting a hook in your head. What are you, a fish? I'm a carp.
you're the carp. What am I? What kind of fish am I?
Yellowtail.
Pause. Uh, that's I like getting some yellowtail,
Oh
some
yeah,
Asian broads.
hell yeah, dude.
Um,
Or the wine, or the Australian wine,
oh yeah,
the Yellowtail. I used to buy that when I drank a lot. I would go get it was like $6 or $7 a bottle of Yellowtail Shiraz, and I would just drink like 2 or 3 bottles of that and throw up everywhere.
Shiraz small.
Shiraz.
But I just I guess it's like I guess it is something that could be like admirable because it's kind of like a South Park approach, which the South Park approach, if you've seen their documentary, is just procrastination to the
Yeah.
highest degree, which is what I do. Like that the Mean Machine song that I just dropped, I wrote it Saturday, I recorded it Sunday and mixed it, and I made the video Monday.
Well, yeah, you frame it as that way because that's like the way you experience time and your own creativity. But do you know that Christian song? You know the band Mercy Me.
I don't know,
You
maybe.
know that song I Can Only Imagine.
Oh yeah.
there's a there's a movie called I Can Only Imagine that's about that's it's a music biopic about one song. It's about that song, and the movie opens with an interview, like a radio interview, where this lady's interviewing the lead singer of the band, and she was like, "How long did it take you to write this song?" And he was like, "I don't know, it just kind of came to me, and I wrote the whole thing in about 10 minutes." And she said, "No, honey, you've been writing this song your whole life." And that's kind of how I feel about you, Craig.
What the fuck does that mean?
You don't even know how much you're actually working on these things. You've been writing this music your whole life.
I didn't even know who Bert Kreischer was until I was probably in my mid 20s. I mean, I guess it's poetic, but it's like obviously not.
I mean, it was a good song. It was like, I think like creativity is one of those things you can't really like quantify in any, it's not science. It's not like you can measure it in any real way. So I think just like when inspiration hits you and you get the bug and you start actually working, yeah, maybe it seems like, I just, wasn't thinking about anything and then I whipped this up real quick. But if you have like a mind for like a creative type of mind, then there's I don't know. I feel like you're probably like working on these things more than you realize, just having the kind of mind that's like open to that kind of I don't know, frequency or whatever you want to call
The
it.
mind of Mencia.
The mind of Mencia, yeah.
in scientific terms. But you're right though. I do because like that mean machine thing, as soon as I started thinking about like the Bert situation that we kind of talked about, my first thought was like, is there a song there? So like from that moment on, I'm listening for beats. I'm listening to the beat. I'm thinking, what could this be? And then I just like I do all of the meat of the work. I do at the last minute. So that's true.
I like meat.
I love meat. Pause. Speaking of meat.
Hey,
hey, comedy.
Wait 1 sec.
Is this where Freddy Krueger
was killed? Robbie's coming to us from a fucking boiler room.
Yeah, I'm in the movie Boiler Room.
Is this where they throw the guys after they get fucked by a train?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Well, you reported
am I
to us.
balding?
Are you balding? No.
Not by my standards. I'm not even I won't even take my hat off, man. So if you were coming on here without a hat, the answer is no. You would know. You'll start wearing hats when it gets bad.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting on Joe Rogan, but like, is there a downside to that stuff?
I heard it makes your dick not work.
Rogaine?
The pill, the whatever the fuck it.
That's
ride.
That's Propecia. Get your ass downstairs.
What about Pro-Peta?
Ooh. I'm Pro-Peta. if PETA has no one Pro-Peta, then I'm dead.
Robbie, what is this microphone that you got, dude?
It's a gamer mic.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
It's running the spectrum of color.
Oh my god. You're not gonna believe this, you guys.
You get that Spencer's Gifts?
Yeah, does it static when you touch it?
Look who's on the wall.
Where is what the fuck?
This is a scary place, man.
This is a very scary room you're in.
Yeah. Please contribute to the Patreon so I don't have to do this in my
Robbie, did you move into Jake Flores' old place?
No, I'm at Grove 34. They're being very kind and letting me stream from here.
34 flavors.
Robbins.
Baskin Robbie.
Oh, nice. I'm the Carp of Comedy and you're Baskin Robbie.
Basking in greatness.
I like that.
And I am
the Yellowtail.
Crap is a serial crapist.
Did you just call me
crap?
That's insane, dude.
Crepe.
I thought we were friends.
It's because I was saying crepe.
I like crepes.
I
do like crepes.
Yeah. Crack is the crepe of comedy.
I'm the crepist.
What's eating Gilbert crepe?
That sounds delicious.
That does sound hella good.
A Gilbert crepe.
Hiachi, yes, I am at Broke to Jen's house. I decided to give him a visit.
That's so much cleaner than Broke to Jen's house.
Yeah.
That's like made to look dingy.
Yeah.
Broke to Jen it's broke dingy. Broke to gingy. That's what I call him if he had red hair.
Yeah, I've broken to ginger before more than a few times.
Ooh, nice, dude.
Yo, I visited some family recently. And
what's his name? Family.
No, and they it was like little ass cousins, like my cousins' children, youngins, 6, 7 years old. Yes, some YNs.
I love YNs.
Dude, I was hanging out with my cousins' YNs. And I'm telling, dude, if what I saw of these children is any indication of just like the macro at large human race, we are collectively getting like way dumber and
Oh yeah.
yeah, because dude, I saw like because I remember when we were kids, like I remember when we were kids, the shit that they were showing us as kids that was like children's entertainment, you know, was all the same thing as always, where like the adults were like, this is fucking stupid, but it was still like structured where, you know, we would watch like an episode of like Johnny Bravo or something, and it still like maintained, you know, it was like a whole ass story, you know, Johnny Bravo or fucking Courage, SpongeBob or whatever. So you did at least have to have the attention span and the focus to sit through a whole 22 minutes of a TV show. Dude, I saw what the kids are watching now, and it's just constant scrolling of like short form at junk. They're just like AI generated slop. Like not even like actual episodes of SpongeBob. It was like they were just scrolling endlessly through those like AI generated things where it's like footage of Minecraft playing, and then SpongeBob would pop up on the screen, and then Sandy would pop up, and it was just AI generated lines, and it would just be like a minute of that, and they would scroll to the next one.
Also, have you watched a recent SpongeBob episode?
No.
It's fucking nut. It's so much different, and it's like so much more ADD.
Well, I don't even think the kids now are watching full episodes of anything. Like they were just like endlessly scrolling through the most like just like trash AI generated nonsense, and like genuinely, maybe I'm just old now, and maybe I'm becoming the same bitter, scared person that every like previous generation becomes, right? But I genuinely was like looking at what these kids were doing and how they just were bouncing off the fucking walls, and like just all the things they were like consuming, and I was like, yeah, man, I don't know if anyone's even gonna be able to read in 20 years. Like, I think we're gonna lose the ability to even fucking be literate.
There actually, Bill Simmons just had on a guy who wrote a book with Ezra Klein. Anyway, so every 6 months he has on this guy to like James pontificate about like the future and stuff, and he's like really into like social science and stuff, and apparently like IQ, not just among children but among adults, is also down, and it's like a general like, and it's because of like, it's like the reading comprehension's going down, and he theorized that it's because smartphones have just done like most people's intelligence, or is a lot of it is weighted by like how good you are at concentrating. And apparently, like smartphones are just, he said it was like a wrecking ball for everybody's fucking attention span and stuff. So everyone is getting dumber, not just the kids. Like,
no, yeah, that's why I don't think it's like generational. I definitely feel like I've gotten stupider, and I feel like the kids are being raised stupid.
I think I'm getting dumber, and I'm going to choose to believe it's my phone and not my alcohol abuse.
Maybe a little column A, column Tyrell.
Column A, column Tyrell.
Yeah. You know, I've definitely lost so much of my ability to.
I mean, well, the other thing is all of media now. It used to be there's stuff for smart people. All of media now seems to be going for the lowest Cleveland denominator.
Are you saying the media has compounded?
It's been compounded for the lowest Cleveland denominator.
Yeah, it was the first time I felt that like pang of fear for like future generations, where I was like, oh man, kids like kids now that are growing up into a world that is going to be really fucking horrible. Like,
I think it's just going to be different in a bad way, because like even us as kids, it just depends how your parents are and how much they expose you to. Like, it's just the new TV, right? Like the smartphones. Because for me, like growing up, I was just in front of a TV all fucking day long, getting sold all these products, watching all this wacky shit, and maybe like instead of like for me or our parents, like we were watching like a mouse and a cat like torture each other, right? Which is like that's gonna make you like violent. Whereas now it's probably they're watching stuff that's gonna make you more sexual and more more materially influenced.
more
you know?
extreme politically too.
I think
Like-
I think
don't
any
even know
kid,
dude. I genuinely couldn't even like comprehend what they were watching. It was just like it was all AI generated, and it was complete. It was not. It was just all nonsense. Like it didn't have any sort of cohesive.
Was it
structure
like
at all.
was it like Skibbity Toilet kind of stuff?
No, Skibbity Toilet at least is like
Oh, it's worse than
has
Skibbity.
some
Oh,
has some like
no.
perspective. Like Skibbity Toilet's at least conceptually, but it has a concept. Like it's something. Dude,
Yeah,
the
it's
kids
about
are just watching-
it's about the coolest friggin' guy of all time.
Yeah. No, dude, when kids are watching that, like, dude, iPad kids, like, you know, when you go to a restaurant and some fucking shitty parent just hands their kid an iPad to calm down. Dude, what's calming them down, like what they're getting.
Call him tie down.
Yeah, what's calling them tie down is just like an endless parade of AI generated gruel. That and none of it is
New gruel.
New gruel. None of it's coherent or is like productive in any. Like it doesn't even. I'm still trying to like.
Can you send me some of it? Because I'm having trouble like even visualizing it.
It's those videos of like you've seen them where it's footage of somebody playing Minecraft, and then on top of it is AI generated SpongeBob and PETA and all that.
Oh, well, those are pretty fun.
Those are funny. They are. But it's like, yeah,
I really like the basketball PETA expert.
I guess you know what? It's actually pretty good stuff when you think about it.
we might have to watch the Sam Morril talking about Dwaymond again.
Friggin' Dwaymond.
He won't leave him alone.
Oh,
it's crazy.
It's like what? Who are?
I remember
that was shared in some Warriors Discord I'm in, and everyone was just like, "Who is this guy? Like, why is he weighing in on this stuff?"
Yeah, I just remember when I was a kid, like, because I grew up out in the country, so like we didn't even like high speed internet didn't even exist where I was. So I just remember like being one of those kids that would go to the library and be like, I have a note from my mom that says I can check out a Stephen King book.
Mm-hmm.
And they would, and so I would just like check. I was like reading like Stephen King and books,
right.
And that, that's like so foreign to kids now. Like if you hand a kid a book, I don't know if they would even know. Like they would probably be upset. They'd be insulted. They'd be like,
they won't even read the Stephen King of Queens DVD cover.
No,
that's how short they're. So my mom was really strict and didn't let me watch most TV, like PBS. She'd let me watch, like Animaniacs. I'd watch now and then, but for the most part, she didn't let me watch TV. Or at least she was like very in control of what I could watch. And I do actually think that I hated that so much as a kid. Like I really hated it because all my friends watched a ton of TV. And it didn't. I mean, and I've always used to say it didn't work because I'm now just obsessed with movies and TV. But a part of me does think, yeah, I did read so much more when I was a kid, and I think it was because of that, and that probably made me smarter.
Yeah, reading is fundamental, dude.
Right next to PETA is Mia Faith Hammond in graffiti written right next to PETA.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just want to let you know.
Heavy hangers.
Yeah, I wish. I wish it was Mia Faith girlfriend.
I got to be honest with you, Robbie. Mia is a good gal. She's a good friend of the show. I don't know if that would be conducive to date her.
Me and her?
Yeah, I feel like Mia's got, she's a great gal. But
no, yeah.
I can't imagine that would be like a good
No, absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know like who the right fella or girl or gal is for her, but I don't know. I don't know how she's I don't know what she's up to.
I think like an aloof hipster guy. Not me though. I already am like too obsessed over like what any girl is thinking of me, and it's like I don't even think she knows what she's thinking at any given point.
She is I don't know.
I don't know if
she's like a mystery.
She's very pretty and actually very good at comedy.
She's
too.
very funny. Yeah, she's just like.
But that's
I
kind of a
don't know,
red
you know
flag.
what? I will say this: like, I did have like a number of genuine, earnest conversations with her,
Mhm.
and she's certainly more. I don't know what's the word I'm looking
She
for.
came to your birthday. She liked you.
Yeah. She's definitely more mature or I don't know what the word is I'm looking for because I've been watching too much fucking AI TikToks.
She's skibbity.
She's more skibbity than you would think, like at a glance. Like if you just like see her on stage or in a group, but like actually talking to her, she's definitely more thoughtful and um introspective
No,
than
she should be famous, but I think she just doesn't like. Ironically, she's like one of the few girls who like doesn't like play the social media game that much. You know,
Yeah, she's like off social media, and I mean, she probably. Never mind. Let's not.
it's
I
another
don't want to
thing.
fucking speak out of school. And talk about somebody that I'm like, I think is a good person. And,
All right,
like,
nerd.
like,
You love school. No, I'm just saying it's like
I
I
love
just
school.
wish in the olden days she's the kind of girl that would get famous because someone would see her and help her out with marketing and stuff. And I think it just speaks to that thing again of like
Or
a lot of
just
people
leverage her familial relationship,
or something like it's like it's like all the funniest people that have like no climber instincts, but all the ones that are good at being their own agents are the ones like
I can't climb, dude. I do not have the dexterity for it. You get me on a rock wall, and I'm
right.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You do remind me of Dexter because you're a serial killer, like Frosted Flakes or
I
Fruit
thought I
Loops
was.
or.
Okay, that kind. I thought you were gonna say I was because I'm really smart and no science.
Oh, that
Handsome.
Dexter's lap. DVD.
DVD.
Should I buy this really black shirt?
What is a really black shirt? Like it's stolen?
Yeah.
Hey, tune in to Sunday nights on 77 WABC, the Anthony Cumia
Oh
Show.
yeah. Every time, yeah, it's Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, and Michael Jordan.
Oh, the three mics. The three mics.
Yeah. Was it Skankfest with all these mics?
That would have been funny if they made Michael's glove like this.
Like what?
Like he's
Oh
diddling.
yeah. That would have been very funny.
Hey, you guys.
Who made this shirt?
Hold on. Do you guys want to hear a joke?
Who made the shirt? Neil Brennan. There's 3 mics.
How do you know when it's time to go to sleep at Michael Jackson's house?
How?
When the big hand is on the little hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why does Michael Jackson love Walmart so much?
Why?
Boys' underwear half off.
What does Michael Jackson and caviar have in common?
They both come in little cans.
Oh.
That's
good.
The one I heard was they both come on little crackers.
I like come in little cans.
Yeah, I guess because caviar doesn't come in cans.
It does. There's a tinned.
I wouldn't know. I'm not rich like you guys. So.
I don't think it's like a fancy caviar. I think you could order it.
Could we highlight Daryl 401's comment?
Yeah.
I just wanted that to. I didn't want that to go unread.
Yeah, the joke that I know that I couldn't say because the punchline is his name is what's black, white, and comes in little cans.
What?
Michael Jackson.
That's good.
Yeah, but I couldn't say that because you guys would have known the answer.
Right.
I have a joke that I just made up today.
Yes.
What is it?
Let me make sure I got it locked down. I can fuck these up. Okay. So did you guys know that they call DC the Chocolate City?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why?
Well, I didn't know why either, but it turns out everybody in the White House is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh my god. That's really good, man. That's really good.
Yeah,
I start doing
Hey,
stand-up?
Craig, we don't like to get political on here.
Yeah, I didn't come here for politics. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I
we're
feel
trying
like
to get away from all
look,
that.
I can separate my own beliefs to laugh at that kind of thing. I know it's satire, but I just didn't want. I wanted to escape.
Hey, free Luigi.
Hey, free Luigi. Also, Bill Burr did that bit on. I knew everyone who was like, "Oh, he was just ranting and being political." I was like, I knew it was a fucking bit he was working out. You idiot, like you morons.
Oh yeah.
It just sucks that everything is political now, because it's like if you remove the subtext of social media, it's just Bill Burr saying that Elon sucks.
Which
But
is
it's
funny.
like Elon is political now, so if you talk shit about Elon, then you're like a lefty lib. And if you like Elon, like for his Teslas and shit, and you're not on social media, but you're like, I like Tesla, I like what Elon does, it's like, oh well, you must be a Trump guy. It's like
Right.
every side you choose now.
Subtext
is
was it the
political.
menu at Jersey Mike's?
Oh, okay, don't. That's enough.
Damn.
I also, unfortunately, I do think if you're a stand-up comedian, like it used to be everyone knew about everything because everyone just watched like the same TV shows.
Yeah.
But now the only monoculture anyone knows that is left is politics. So it's like actually like probably one of the only things that you can reference and make fun of, and everyone will get it in the crowd. You know what I mean? But that sucks because now almost every comedian has gotten more political because of that.
Yeah, but also not like in no way more informed.
No, it's out of laziness that they do this.
It'd be a different thing if Bill Burr was like what's it called? Stomping. What, I don't even know the terms, but like if he was like, dude,
stumping.
Kamala's the best. She's fucking brutal.
Yeah. No,
then it'd be like, yeah, like Bill Burr sucks. Everything's brutal with that guy. But it's like if he was saying shit like that, then it'd be like, well, yeah, obviously he's a lefty homo. But it's like he's just saying things that like probably a lot of people agree with, no matter what side they're on, unless they're blinded by this fucking you have to like Elon now, which is fucking insane. Like
blinded by
and if
the
you listen
left.
to him like in the full when he's doing these podcasts and doing the bit, he even goes like, this is why I fucking hate liberals. This guy's out here doing a Nazi salute and you guys are too pussy to even bring it up, like that kind of thing.
I will say the thing about the salute, like whether it was a Nazi salute or him just sparking out or it's a Roman thing or whatever, so much of politics I'm
more of a Kendall guy.
What?
He says a Roman thing.
Okay, yeah.
I guess he picked that up.
I always liked Connor. I always thought Connor was the most chill.
Well, Bill Burr is doing
fucking Robbie, you're not my fucking guy. Okay, well go fuck yourself.
Okay, it's just like fucking what? What do you want from me? Okay, it's just fucking crazy. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I guess I'm winning a fucking Oscar right now or something. This is fucking awkward.
Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't want that at all. Yeah. No. All right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Connor had the right idea at the beginning, and he got sucked into it as a show.
They like where the characters end up going is so great because in the beginning you believe you're like, and please keep in mind I haven't watched the full show. I still got to watch season 4.
We're not gonna spoil nothing.
But Connor in the beginning you're like, oh, he's the only level-headed one.
And
then you quickly realize he is the most batshit out of all of them.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the show when they're all presented with this idea of their dad's gonna retire. Connor is like, I don't want no fucking part of this. And you're like, oh, he's the cool one.
Like he's detached from all of this.
Yeah, but then as the show goes on, you realize he's a fucking idiot.
He's got the biggest ego. He's the most delusional and egotistic of them all because he actually thinks he's got like a shot at running for president.
Like he's by far the most useless. Like he does nothing but just exist and take the money from the family. Yeah. There's nothing.
But you know what? If that was all he ever did, like, because that was like what was endearing about him at the beginning was like, oh, he is like fulfilling exactly like the role of what a rich kid should be, which is just like, just enjoy being a rich kid, just hang out.
What you want to do, yeah.
It's like when these fucking dipshits want to like, assume some position of power and influence that's where it gets like hairy with tricky with these kinds of rich kids because they don't like really know how to fucking do anything. Like that's the thing throughout the whole show. They're all fucking stupid. They're all like crazy maniacal idiots.
I think Shiv and Kendall are smart, but their egos and like Their
But
egos.
they're not. But I still don't think anyone.
Roman's. I think actually Roman, Kendall, and Shiv are all pretty smart, but they just have like no. I don't know. It's interesting because
I don't think
both
any
smart
of
and
them.
dumb.
I don't think any of them are qualified to do that job. Like that's the thing is like they could all.
I think Kendall could have done it.
No. And by the way, Robbie, we're not going to spoil anything for Craig. I'm speaking in the present tense. I don't know if any of them are ready for it.
Kendall I relate to the most almost because he's the only one that appears to be qualified enough, but he just can't get around his fucking addiction shit.
Oh yeah, like I am Kendall Roy as fuck. I'm like, people have even told me that. They're like,
and his cringe moments, like when he goes up and does the rap for his dad, you're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, Kendall is,
but then he's also does provide the most value of the kids to that company. Like he will have
Kendall
a good idea.
Kendall is too desperate to be seen. Like Kendall is like desperately wants to be liked and seen as like a cool, chill guy. He wants you to think he's cool. He wants you to think he's chill. And I just don't think that is conducive to being like the CEO of a major fucking mega conglomerate company like that.
It does like it shows the different approaches to trying to be cool and chill, where like Kendall is more of a hands-on approach, and like Roman is more of like he can't be bothered with even trying to like think of feel emotions or think of things on a deeper level. That's how cool and chill he is.
And if you notice,
he has this like pretend aloof, like I don't take anything seriously. I just joke around. It's a little Joe Gorman-y.
Yeah, but if you notice, prior to the events of the show, like we're coming into the first episode, being thrown into this world, introduce all these characters. They were all checked out. Like none of them were even involved with any of this until it was became a possibility that Logan would retire. Right. Like they were not like close to this company or anything at all. That now it's just that it looks like they could become the CEO. They all want to like jump in and play this game.
Kendall was active in the company. He was running that website.
That's how it starts. Is that Kendall is supposed to be the successcer?
Yeah,
Kendall is the heir apparent, but because Logan is such
he was right about like trying to do it's about starting a new media part of the. But his dad just made him get rid of it just as like a fucking ego, just to like fuck with Kendall, basically.
Yeah. Guys, audience, we're talking about Succession. I don't know how we got on this.
By the way, Crack, when you weren't enjoying season 1, I was like, I understand where you're coming from, but when you watch, if you ever choose to rewatch season 1, you are going to enjoy it a lot more.
Notice some Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah, and it is just interesting to see where they start as opposed to like where they go.
Yeah.
And you know them better, so you'll find it funnier.
That's I've found myself, and I guess we can wrap this up because not everybody's seen this, but I find myself at least this far in the show, and pretty much for all of the show, I've been rooting for Tom and Greg. Those are like my guys I'm rooting for.
Greg is so funny.
You can't make a Tomlet without breaking a few Gregs.
Yeah.
Their dynamic is the best.
Yeah.
The best one of the best lines in the whole show is in the premiere of 4. Have you watched that yet, Crack?
I haven't watched in a couple days, so I can't remember. I think I started 4.
But it's when Greg brings a girl to Logan's birthday, I think.
Oh, the handbag?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and he goes, "That is a ludicrously capacious bag."
Yeah. Yeah, that was such a fun moment for TV because it was like what you mentioned earlier, like the closest we got to like a monoculture again. Like it was like a show. I mean, it definitely was like in its own bubble. Like if you were watching, you were paying attention to it, but it was like a thing everybody was talking about week to week.
It did kind of feel like the series finale for good TV because even at the time I was like, this is like the only good show on, and nothing has hit the same.
Yeah, because even now, like I've been watching. I like Severance, but I still am like. Each week I watch Severance, I go, man, hurry this shit up, dude.
That's what I'm saving too. And see, that's what we were talking about earlier, Dalton. It's like you can get in modes with some of those shows. That's why some shows I like to have the full, at least a couple seasons at my disposal, because they're not enough fucking happening. Let's progress this thing.
Yeah, on this Bill Simmons episode, they're actually talking about this too. It's a really good listen, even if you don't like sports or Bill Simmons. But they were saying like mystery box shows like that, like they will feel really slow. Like they said, like as TV has started to look better, like there's been a decline in storytelling and writing, and especially with like a mystery box show like Severance or White Lotus or something, which are probably the best shows on right now. But it's almost like it's a mystery box, and then they just like feel like they, and then like
that's one of the Insane Clown Posse albums?
the White Lotus.
No, Mystery Box.
I don't know. I don't get it.
No, it's I think it's Riddle Box. Is one of the Joker's cards.
I know Tom Riddle from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to be a TV show soon.
And the Riddler.
And the Riddler.
And the Rizzler.
And the Rizzler. Yeah. Who's some good lures?
Lurs von Trier.
Lurs Ulrich.
Lur, the guitarist for Primus.
Trump did that infomercial basically for Tesla, and he called it Teslers.
Teslers. Oh,
Teslers.
Heller by Madea.
Yeah.
Heller. Give me a Heller.
Give me a Heller.
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller, yeah, that's a good lure.
Stone Cold Madea of Austin.
Fishing lure.
If you like what I'm talking about, give me a Heller.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Before we got onto this TV corner, TV talk, that so much of politics forever, like a big part of politics is optics, is like just the way things look and sound, you know.
So before you go any further, Dalton, I'm listening, but this might have to happen in the vein of the Ernest reviews.
Oh yeah,
that might be the golden pony.
Dude, there's one I really need to watch. I've been wanting to watch. I need to watch it because I saw a clip on TikTok where it's the Madea movie with Eugene Levy. Looks awesome.
Oh, I just imagine his stupid like eyebrow surprised face at all of her.
Probably the whole movie is just like that face being made as he tries to figure out how to interact with black people.
Speaking of antics, I bet there's a character in the movie called Aunt Tix. Oh, that's my Aunt Tix. She got the Tourette syndrome.
Yeah, we got to watch. Madea. I think it's Medea's Witness Protection. Tyler Perry's Medea's Witness Protection.
I know Witless Protection with Larry the Cable Guy.
It's
great.
It's similar.
Not as good as Delta Farce, but
Delta Farce is actually good.
Yeah. What about Health Inspector? How's that stack up?
I never watched that one.
I saw that one. Yeah. Damn, Larry the Cable Guy was fucking killing it.
What about Tooth Fairy 2?
Right. He should have been Larry the Tooth Fairy in that.
He should have been Larry the Tooth Fairy.
It's people talk about how good like. And you think about Bert, and like you look at Bert and his constituents, and it's like, well, if you look at Bert, like look how famous he is. He actually got a movie. Look how many fucking Larry the Cable Guy had. He had like 5 fucking movies.
I want to say that a lot of them were like Delta Farce was in theaters, but I think a few. I guess they were all in theaters. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Levy Fur.
Cars, the whole Cars trilogy.
Oh my god, I'm booked at the Stand tonight. Oh, I can't talk to that guy. That guy doesn't have enough TV. Fat. I'm fat. And, oh my god, I used to be hot and now I'm fat. Oh, I can't talk to him. He doesn't have enough TV credits. Lewis, put me on Skanks. Come on, Lewis, put me on Skanks.
What I was gonna say is like, politics.
I got the Comedy Cellar to reupholster the stage. First time they had to do that in years.
Politics did at least make an effort to be more buttoned down for a while. Because remember when we were kids, 2000. Well, I can't remember. But Howard Dean did the fucking. And that ended his political career. He was fucking done after that.
Who had the worst career-ending gaffe, Paula Dean or Howard Dean?
Howard Dean, because Paula Dean came back. Howard Dean was
That's true.
He was done after that.
Now, would you say that was so dumb that we should maybe call him Howard Dean?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was
yeah, that's wild because Elon is hitting a fucking bia every fucking week now.
That's what I'm saying, man. Is like there was that moment.
But you're not allowed to make fun of him. There's nothing funny about him.
And then there was like one time Barack Obama wore a tan suit, and people were saying he's done being president now. Because of a tan suit. But it's like now every fucking hour, Elon, who I guess is like he is in politics now, even though he's not elected to fucking anything. It's just every hour he's hitting a Howard Dean, and it's only emboldening him to his support, the people that support him. Like you can't fucking say like, this guy is obnoxious, he's annoying, he's corny, he's cringy, he fucking sucks. And he's a blight upon this country. He's an embarrassment and making us look bad to the rest of the world.
He's literally an unelected foreigner who's like doing so much shit.
Yeah, he's unelected. He was not elected to any position. He's fucking African, and he's like, and then he somehow was able to like finagle his way into the halls of justice. And assume
the Michael Halls of Justice.
Yes, and he's gotten his grip on the levers of power, and
the levers of power.
The levers of power. Yeah, and he's making all these like government decisions, even though he's not like in the government.
He's firing people and cutting stuff. Yeah,
but then at the same time, he is a deeply embarrassing figure.
The levers of powdered donuts.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah,
that's what's funny about all these people getting on Bill Burr's case, calling him a cock and a libtard. It's like you're actually the ones who have like derangement syndrome. If you don't look at this guy being both insanely powerful and like autistic and embarrassing,
they act like he's the only guy who can build a fucking car battery in a rocket. And I'm like, dude, there's probably, that is a rare.
He also never built anything. He just and this is a skill. This is actually impressive. He just invested in the right companies.
Sure, and that is a skill.
He bet on the right stuff.
But I mean, and I'm not trying to downplay the skill and talent and smarts needed to make like fucking electric cars and rockets and shit. But there's got to be like 100 other guys who can do that at least. Out of 8 billion people on the planet, I don't think he's the only one that has the know-how for these kinds of things, but they act like he's the fucking only guy who knows how to do this. I'm like, no, there's other guys can make a car that runs on electricity.
It's just crazy that he had it. The guy had everything. He had it fucking made. He like literally everybody thought they didn't think of him politically whatsoever. Everyone thought he was the smartest guy in the world, and he had all the money. He dated Grimes. That was pretty fucking cool.
That was pretty cool.
And then what is going on in this guy's mind? He made this decision he made a conscious decision to become an influencer, basically. And it's like, why would you do that?
Because he's an egomaniac who's like drugs kind of like fucked with his like.
I think he is like in a weird way, he is like a real life Lex Luthor, but also like a bumbling idiot.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say he probably is smarter than me. Like he probably can do like math better than me. Like
he's smart in a different. He's autistic, so he hyper fixates on like certain subjects and is smart about those.
But he's not cool. He's not chill.
Yeah,
he's a deeply embarrassing figure and like moment for America. Like when all this passes,
he's embarrassed. All this shit is just fucking embarrassing.
I mean, aren't you embarrassed?
Aren't you? And that's the thing. 10 years ago, like that's such a dramatic shift. Like Robbie, for you, for example, like people in the gas digital world, like maybe a couple years ago or a few years ago, they were like, oh, some people were like, we hate Robbie. And maybe some of those people are now like, no, Robbie's actually pretty funny. Like I had it wrong or he's gotten funnier. Imagine the space between people thinking, if people asked you 10 years ago who Elon was and what he was about, you'd be like, oh, that guy's like the smartest guy in the world. I
liked him.
One of the richest guys in the world. Elon, yeah. If you ask now, he is the biggest fucking buffoon. The first guy you think of when you think of retards.
He's an
Is
evil
Elon
retard.
Musk.
He's like an evil retard. It's like
What a drastic shift! Like you
He's
fucked
like
up, dude.
he's like less likable Kenny Powers if Kenny Powers also is like the president. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, he
Damn.
possesses no good qualities. Like, nothing. It's like that thing we talked about where, like in that movie Vice, it's like Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld were the fucking dudes.
Yeah, they
Even
come
though like
off
the
as
most evil
fun.
people of all time. It was like these guys are cool. Elon is somehow he's evil and also completely unlikable. He's
Dude,
a fucking dork.
I turned on him when he started like stealing memes and shit. I was like, okay, that's fucking. That was like, or not. I didn't turn him, but that was the canary in the coal mine. And now he's obviously just like a pathological liar. Like he lied about being the best in Diablo 4 or whatever.
That was like the final straw for me.
Dude, and that was funny. That was that's when YouTube completely turned on him, and all these gamers were like, and guess what? I guess he was lying about all this other stuff. They did like deep dives into him and figured out all these things
Pause.
that he
Yeah.
was like.
Which, by the way, I did put out the link. This might be the first. I was gonna say Story Wars. I've been watching a lot of Story Wars lately. That show is really fucking good, by the way. But this might be the only arena of ideas where nobody came in. But we have Slav here. The link is in the description if anybody wants to come in.
Jesus Christ.
But here's my rule, and this is a new rule for anybody, and this is, I think, foolproof.
Okay.
If it's foolproof and rule proof, and it's real time. If anybody wants to come in here and chat with us, you have to turn your camera on. That way, if you say anything, you're fucking on camera saying it. Because Slav will say some shit hiding behind his little gray ass avatar. And I like Slav. I met him in real life. He's a nice guy, but I know what he will do in the shadows of anonymity.
In the shadows of hedgehogs.
Yeah, in the shadows, the Sonics, the Knuckles. Oh, we have one of our best bros.
Oh, can't woo.
One of our most elite of bros.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all hear me?
Kent? What's new with you, Kent?
Welcome to the arena.
Hey, Ken.
Not much, man. What's up? What's good, y'all?
Chilling. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just gonna pop this on for a second because I can't tell what's going on
I'm
here.
gonna pop that pussy.
Oh no! See, no, slow. That doesn't work. We can't do that.
Maybe he just got out of the shower. Maybe his camera's all fogged up.
Ooh, that would actually be kind of nice.
How nice are showers?
Slav, you would not expect this. Slav is a good-looking guy. Like he's legitimately pretty handsome.
I was thinking about that like.
Oh my god.
Whoa! Look
What up,
at him.
Slav?
Oh,
Hey.
I remembered him as more handsome actually. Slav, what's going on, man?
I'm just enjoying the sunset. Y'all like sunrises or sunsets? Because I was waiting for y'all to start arguing about stuff.
I think both are a blessing from the Lord our God.
I think both sets
Amen.
are the same.
both sons are the same.
I like they're both nice, but sunset is like a good time in the day. Sunrise is like who's waking up for that shit, you know?
I do.
Yeah. You gotta wake up before the Jews.
Nah,
Up early with the Jews.
Like in the gym. But nah, just wanted to pop in and say what's up.
Whose
Ask
Jim?
that
Is that your
question,
boyfriend?
Well, I take your boyfriends.
But you're my boyfriend.
Hey, come on, hush. Shh.
Me and Slav have sex with each other.
That's cool.
But we use protection, despite me not liking it.
Yeah, he wears a mouth guard when I punch him in the face. While I'm
That's cool.
fucking him. I'm over here now.
Dude, I watched a porno the other day. You ever watch that porn?
What's that?
It's like a sexually graphic media.
All right, Slav, you're getting loud. We love you. Bye bye. Go persecute some ethnics somewhere.
I think it's to make one aroused upon viewing to help with masturbation.
I can get into that.
Yeah, but I was watching
Is
one.
it
And
like
it's like
photography? This pornography?
Yeah, it's like a movie. It's like motion pictures that are sexually graphic in nature. So yeah, it's
Ooh. Now, how long are these? Because I'm the type of guy, like, when I have the privilege, I like a clip. I don't have much time, you know.
This was like a full like 40-minute video that I was just like scrolling through. That's kind of what I like. I don't mind clips, but what I like is to have a like a full video that I can scroll through, sort of like a buffet I can pick and choose at. You know what I mean?
Nice. A compilation.
But this thing, this was like, as violent as and sort of like extreme as porn is nowadays. This was like more. It was like more intense than I would have liked, because it was one of those like Bang auditions, like that company Bang, not the energy drink, but there's like a porn production company called Bang that does these like.
There's probably some crossover there.
Similar, it's like casting couch videos, right? But it's like the idea is that it's also like much more degrading and violent than like regular casting couch videos. So they'll get like some young starlet in there and just like rough her up over the course of this the sex that she's gonna have with this fella. Dude, at one point this guy had this lady on the couch and he's penetrating her from behind. So just imagine, like, he's laying on his back on the couch, she's laying on top of him, his penis is inside of her vagina, and as he's thrusting his penis in and out of her vagina, he's like punching her in the stomach at the same time, which I did not really appreciate.
Did she?
She seemed into it. I mean, she definitely was giving a performance as though she was enjoying the sort of physical harm that was kind of like being brought upon her. But to me, I was like, nah, this is like kind of one toke over the line for me. Sex in itself is already like kind of an inherently violent act. It's penetration, right? Yeah. So like to add in stomach punches, I'm like, this is a bit much.
That's a little too violent.
Yeah, a little too violent.
I don't like the violent stuff.
It was one stroke over the line.
It seems to me that
over the line.
I mean, all you see on that kind of thing is violence in movies and sex on TV.
Yeah, for sure. But
you keep them separated. You can't have violence and sex on movies and TV.
Dude, speaking of, I saw a really funny video that was Dexter Holland and Brian.
Wait, I thought of something.
What
about Despicable Bill Maher? And he goes, new Gru rule.
No,
that'd be good.
Did you?
I think so. I think that would. I also think that would be good.
Yeah,
also,
that would be good.
Whoever said Wile E. Coyote is actually coming out, I'm stoked for that. I want to see that new Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I do want to see that. That looks good.
I've been seeing people talk about that. I'm like totally out of the loop on what that is.
Yeah, they didn't market it. They did not market it very well.
Yeah, it's Daffy Duck and Porky Pig as themselves.
Right. As themselves.
Yeah.
But is it like Looney Tunes back in action where they're like acting?
It's completely animated. There's no
okay.
They're not like mixing it with live action.
They should just put Michael Jordan in the Looney Tunes. He should just be a part of the gang.
Yeah. His yellow eyes fit right in.
Yeah, what else? And also, what else is he doing? What does Michael Jordan do anymore?
I think he gambles.
His mom's
he's always gambled though.
She's Tom's maid.
Oh, yeah. I do want to say before I forget, I did think of a character that I would like to see. While we're saying this, let me make sure I get this right. It's H.R. Foley Ermy.
All right. I really like it so far.
Okay. So do you suck dicks?
They are paying for it. You're garbage.
No.
And the movie could be called Full Metal Hack Bits, or Full Metal trash can.
Yeah,
they're
I'm
garbage.
not gonna disparage the fellers who had me on their podcast one time.
Oh no,
So
they're great. They
I'm
could take a light razzing, and I'd love to be on the show. You
I
know,
always-
I
they,
like raspberries.
yeah.
I like those guys because they also took a while to get any momentum.
Well, those guys when I was
Foley
still,
looks like it would take him quite a little while to get some momentum going.
Right,
Once he gets it though, watch out.
Yeah,
those guys.
Yeah, it took him till his 40s to get any kind of levers of power.
Oh, that's right. Isn't it Foley's like 50, isn't he?
All right, let's not go around and say our ages over here, okay? There, Duddy. It's all about. I got a nice set of hair. That's all I got. That's you're garbage.
No, I'll always kind of support those guys or like feel some love for those guys. You know, anybody has the potential to just turn into a fucking asshole that I hate. I don't think those guys will, but in my beginning stages during the competition, they were on a rap episode where they played Fuck England for the first time because that song is from the competition, and they fucking sold that shit for me. They loved it and they were hyping it up, and I was like, at that time, I was like, holy shit, these guys are the best.
Yeah, they're great. Oh, Kent is a musician, so
the H does stand for homosexual, though.
Kent, I think you'll appreciate this. There's a really funny video on the internet I saw where it's Dexter Holland and a dementia-riddled Brian Wilson, and they're just like standing, like facing each other, and Dexter Holland is singing the one of the Beach Boys songs, the "Wouldn't It Be Nice." And I guess Brian Wilson is supposed to be singing with him, but he clearly is like mentally not. He's like declined.
Yeah.
So it's just Dexter Holland like shouting a song at him while Brian Wilson struggles to remember the lyrics.
Oh my god.
So Brian Wilson's like, "What does this button do?"
Yeah.
And Dexter is like, "You eat it."
Yeah, it's like it's just a really funny matchup because I don't think Dexter Holland was ever considered like a particularly gifted singer.
Is he the guy from is Dexter Holland the guy from Holland Oates?
Yes. Yeah, it's the Holland of Holland Oates.
Well, I wonder because a lot of times with like older musicians that with dementia, they'll do like, the memory recall because like music will kind of shock your brain back into a little bit of like some sort of sentience whenever you're in Alzheimer, whenever you have Alzheimer's. So I wonder if that's the point, because I'm like, why would they be filming this?
Yeah, it seemed invasive. It did seem like they were taking advantage of a man, a man with dementia.
Yeah,
I got this. Hold on.
But it was just like such a funny pairing because like if I'm Brian Wilson, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy singing my song in front?
Yeah,
from the Offspring.
So thinking, is my audio coming in good?
Yeah, what's up, Drew?
I was going to say the Dancing Alzheimer's Boys.
That's pretty good.
What about Jerry Alzheimfeld? Alzheimer's.
Who are these people?
There we go. Perfect, Dalton. Perfect. It will not get better than that.
Damn.
Wow.
That is a closing bit right there, Dalton.
Yeah. Yeah, can I have that?
Yeah, Rob, you can have that. Yeah, sure. That's for everybody.
That'll fit right into my act. Wait, Dexter Holland's from The Offspring?
Yeah.
Why did
He's the front man.
Why did he do anything with Brian Wilson?
I have no clue. I don't know what the context of this was, but
wouldn't it be fly if we
were
white guys?
Well, Kent, wouldn't it be fly?
Hey.
Wouldn't it be fly if we were white guys?
Yeah, it was just a really funny matchup where they're just like standing in front of each other, and there's no.
Keep them separated. Keep them separated.
Yeah. I won't pay. No way. God only knows what I think about you. Nah. Why don't you go to the beach?
No, I'm just racking my brain for Offspring.
I can't. I'm trying to think of. I don't know.
Wait. Give it to me, baby. Aruba, Jamaica. Give it to me.
What?
Girl, I want to take you.
Oh yeah.
Not Brian Wilson though. That song, their biggest hit was not Brian Wilson.
The Beach
Aruba.
Boys.
Yeah, you know Aruba, Jamaica.
That's I
girl.
fucking
Is that their
hate
biggest
that song?
I would
It
say that's-
is.
Wow.
It is definitely their biggest song, and
Yeah,
like,
but I
like
think,
some
like-
songs by the Beach Boys, but that one I can't fucking stand.
I think
Well,
now.
it's because it was like the Bastard Beach Boys by that other guy who took over the name. Brian Wilson had long left.
Yeah, but I think nowadays, if people like rediscover the Beach Boys and like just and are finding out that Brian Wilson was like a deeply depressed, insane person, that they're like, from like what I see online, people say like Pet Sounds is like a genius.
It is.
Agree,
It's
that's like a
incredible.
genius album. Whereas
Yeah.
like at the time that the Beach Boys were like on the radio, like in their
Yeah.
in their day, I think people just thought of them as like a surfing band, like a
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Well, their singles are all like that. They're all
Yeah,
like,
but yeah, if you listen to Pet Sounds, you're listening to a man desperately try to not kill himself.
Yeah, but the
And, like-
70s, they're like regarded as pretty corny to the like big music scene, I think. Like
which
It
is
was
crazy.
FM
'cause-
radio. It's not Kumia AM radio.
Wasn't one
They
of,
were
like,
Beach Boys were they were like the first band on like oldies radio, like the first rock band on like oldies radio.
The only
Wasn't
Pet
it
Sounds I'm trying to
Brian-
hear is Sumo Dog.
hey, shout out.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I like
it,
that.
it was either Brian Wilson or Dennis Wilson or both of them that produced the Charles Manson's album.
I think
It was Brian Wilson's brother.
yeah,
Dennis, it was Dennis
Dennis.
but
Wilson.
through Brian Wilson, like
That was
I think
like-
you established the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then like after everything happened, Charles Manson was like rampaging against. I think he
The
like
machine.
names Brian. He was raging against the machine.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like-
truthfully, Charles Manson raged against the machine much harder than Zach De La Rocha or any of those fucking guys.
I guess I kind of raised against the machine with Two Bears One Grave.
You really
Yeah.
did.
He really did.
In fact, didn't Charles Manson send them to kill Sharon Tate because he thought it was Brian Wilson's house or something like that?
Maybe.
No, he thought it was a record producer that Dennis Wilson introduced him to that turned him down. Something like that. Something
I don't
like-
know.
Like that.
He did not mean to kill Sharon Tate.
I'll be right
Which is-
back, guys.
I think they
Um,
posted up at Brian Wilson's house for a little while, like the whole crew.
I guess it just goes to
Right.
show you.
By the way,
once
I
it's
hate
done,
when
you
I
gotta
see,
do it yourself.
I hate when I see my
Mhm.
friends Sharon Tate on TikTok and Instagram. That guy sucks.
Please stop sharing Tate, guys.
Please stop sharing
Please,
Tate.
guys,
Yeah, they
don't
gotta-
like. I know the clips are fun, but don't keep sharing Tate.
don't
Um,
stop sharing.
Hashtag stop sharing.
Hey, when I'm at breakfast, I want my friends to share their Tates.
You know what's
You need to
interesting though?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
listened.
Get your Tate.
I've listened.
Michael Jackson
to
liked to share tots. Sorry, one last thing. The fact that like the non Brian Wilson Beach Boys has
Is
their
that the
biggest hit.
Indian one?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Non Brian Wilson.
Oh non. Okay, yeah. The Kevin Love Beach Boys. That's like if Sublime's biggest hit was with Rome. It was Sublime, like was written by
Oh,
Sublime
yeah.
with Rome.
Mhm.
It was with Bob's.
I think Rome is done. Didn't Rome leave?
Yeah, they just disbanded, which is funny that like
So now
I
it's
didn't
Sublime
realize-
with Rome without Rome.
that's actually that's not quite fair because actually Sublime with Rome has none of the original members. I don't know how Rome cut a deal to just take the band's name. Like what does it have to do with Sublime?
And then
Well,
there
did the
was
rest of the band go to Michelle?
Michelle.
Sorry, Romy and Michelle.
Oh, okay.
None of you were
Sublime
No.
with Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
You know what? They should start Romy and Michelle's. How about Roni and Chappelle's high school reunion?
Mhm. I've
And it's
Any of the
listened
black
to.
baby there?
And it's Chappelle Roan.
Let me say this:
Uh,
I've listened to the Charles Manson's album, and it's not terrible. I don't know what he was so mad
He has-
about.
He has a
Hey,
couple
controversial take. I'm not into it.
It's
That
I
song,
gotta be honest with you.
Is that garbage dump? Garbage dump.
It's derivative. It's definitely like he's trying to be like he's like a Llewyn Davis. Like
It's better than Charlie XCX.
Lauren Davis?
Yes.
One of his songs
no.
he directly ripped from another band. I'm trying to think. It's like King Joe and the Fish or something like. I can't remember the name right now.
Yeah, like he's doing like a Llewyn Davis thing where he's trying to cash in on like the folk thing that was happening at that time. So it's very derivative, and it's not like true to like whatever his like true self is. You know, it's definitely like trying to make music that he thinks other people want to hear. But even given that, it's not terrible. It's like, oh, this is, you know, this could have been, you know.
I think "Look at Your Name, Girl" or whatever that one was. That one's like okay enough.
"Look at Your Game, Girl" is good.
Yeah.
I think most of the album kind of sucks, though.
Would it be fair to say that if
there's like 2 good songs?
Yeah. Would it be fair to say that if Charlie XCX is a recording artist, then Charles Manson would be Charlie MK Ultra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Is that a true story?
How about Inside Lou and CK?
I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Dear
like
Mr. Kennedy. Oh,
a little ultra.
I saw. Yeah, oh, by the way,
fare thee well, my honey. Fucking fare thee well.
I'm Robbie.
For people who like Louis C.K. and the Coen Brothers movie, the modest hit from 2013, Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yeah, the Modest Yahoo. From,
Modest.
Oh, I don't like what that guy's doing as leader of Israel.
Yeah.
He really took him down a dark path.
Yeah.
I'm Robbie pilled now. I watched the chimpanzee movie Better Man. Dude, America missed out on Robbie Williams.
Oh my God, Dalton, you should have just seen the disappointment that hit Robbie's face when he realized you were not talking about him.
No, I'm not talking about Robbie.
I thought we were talking about what. It wasn't even about me. I thought we were talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I thought you would become Margot Robbie pilled.
Yes, that too. Yes,
and I think we
all are.
I am a Margot cell.
That might as well be a Viagra.
Dude, I think she's so. I want to become Margot Robbie Goodwin somehow. She is just so beautiful.
But
she's so beautiful, like classically beautiful.
No, the chimpanzee movie Better Man, the Robbie Williams biopic, is probably the best music biopic alongside like Walk Hard.
Wait, are they trying to say chimps are better men?
No, Better Man. No, Better Man.
Oh fuck! Oh my God!
Marley XC Duncan. Jesus Christ, dude. No, Better Man is the name of one of Robbie Williams' big hits, which we.
Oh yes, I'm a better man, but I'm also a monkey. Yes, thank you. Yes, look at me.
I thought Jack was his biggest hit.
Hey there, it's me, Jack, and I'm Robin Williams' biggest hit.
No.
Hey, if he did the movie Jack, that would have been great, dude. You have Jack Nicholson as Jack.
I'm a kid, but now I'm Jack.
Jack Nicholson bit.
He'd still fuck the mom.
I once was a child, but now I'm Jack.
What about Jack Nicholson and the Beanstalk?
Okay.
Pretty
what?
Good.
How about Jack Nicholson and the
I don't know how you would even do that.
And the Kobe Bean Bryant stock. Or Francis Bean Cobain stock.
We should get some super chats for this.
Yeah. We should
Can I do that while I'm on?
How about Tony and the Bean Spill?
Let me see if I can figure this out, guys. See if I can pay you while I'm on here.
That is a David Lucas and Goliath story.
Fuck, how do I do this?
Was it produced by David Lucasfilm?
Yes. I believe it was. I'm Googling it. Yep.
Dark Star Entertainment.
Yeah.
Dark Star.
David Lucasfilm made
Dark Star Entertainment. That's what Tyler Perry should have called his production company.
Yeah. Lionsgate.
Yeah.
Lions Gatekeeper.
Lions 8.
Nice.
Lie and 8 by David Lucas.
No, David Lucasfilm made a movie called Alabama Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Car.
Inside Lion Davis.
Mira Big Macs.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Or Lawrence Gatevis.
All right. I guess I just wanted to say that the Robbie Williams biopic where he's portrayed as a CGI chimpanzee is a really cool movie.
Yeah, that sounds good, man.
Yeah. I know when the trailers first came out, everybody in America was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
But it's actually a really good movie, and
I'm actually really
it'll make
excited
you
to watch
believe
it.
that a chimp can make his dreams come true.
I genuinely had no idea.
So
what it is.
Hold on.
I totally missed the Robbie Williams thing, but so whenever he came out, I was with that crowd. But I was like, all right, music biopics are kind of played out, so at least they were like they had enough forethought to try to make it something refreshing.
It's conceptually really cool that for no reason he's a chimp, and it's everybody in the movie interacts with him as like he's just a guy, right? So
yeah.
But
how does that make sense?
Also, it's a cool biopic in how honest it is in its like vapidity, because it doesn't try to like dig too deep. It really is just like Robbie Williams was a guy who wanted to be rich and famous, and then he became rich and famous, and not that many bad things happened to him.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it really is like. He had a dream to be rich and famous. He auditioned to be in a boy band. He got in the band. They kicked him out after a few years, and then he became the most successful pop star on planet Earth, except for America.
I want to be.
And that's about it, dude. There's not that. It doesn't hit the beats of like Walk Hard, where it's like his brother died and all these.
Right, Rocket Man, kind of. Although I like.
Yeah,
Rocket
no,
Man
like in this movie, it really is just. It's just a guy who's very talented, who really
who's a chimpanzee.
Yeah, he's
right?
a chimpanzee. Yeah, he just wanted
to be a chimpanzee. I guess.
Yeah, like
so Don,
I guess.
Do you give the movie a chimpan?
I give it a chimpan.
Or a chimpan.
But you've never met one named Robin Williams or Robin Williams. They're not named that.
His name is Robbie Williams.
Or Robbie Williams. I've never met a black guy named Robbie Williams. That's
He's
crazy.
No. It's He is. It's an actual. The chimpanzee, like the ape, is not. We're not doing like a Kumia thing where we're referring to a black man as a chimp. It actually is just a, it's not a real chimp. It's a CGI. They do it up with the computer, but it looks really good, and it's a cool movie, and I guess he had like some alcohol and drug issues, but nothing that it's not really nothing that bad happens to him.
I think that's his fundamental problem that I didn't even realize. I didn't even kind of think of it until now with the Robin Williams thing, but it's like. That's probably the biggest reason he did not make it big in America, because you hear the name Robbie Williams and it sounds like a cheap impression of Robin Williams. Like it's taken as a joke immediately. His name.
Well, there was. I remember
the pop is just like slightly different than American pop too. It's like it's just different enough to not.
Why did the Spice Girls hit it big here, or fucking any? I have no clue why he didn't get famous here, because
Spice Girls are hot.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Why did the Spice Girls get? Come on.
Yeah, that's
pretty. I mean, they marketed that for a very special reason.
Do you think he's an ape in a movie so it'll finally take off in Lamerica?
Yes, dude.
But yeah,
slam dunk Ernest on that.
It is a cool. It's a funny movie because it is a chimp who talks British, and then you get to see like a chimp doing lines of cocaine and fucking.
Ooh, how about 2028? Lamar Lee and Bill Maher. Let's make it Lamarica again.
Yeah.
Drew, your mic is really loud.
Yeah, Drew.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'll pump out. Sorry, my bike sucks. Love you guys.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. No, you know what? I guess what resonated with me is that there doesn't really need to be any virtuous reasons for wanting to entertain people. Sometimes it's perfectly okay to just want people to think you're cool, to think you're chill. That's like a good enough reason to want to entertain people.
Do you get used to him being a monkey in the movie? Like, does it start to? Okay.
Yeah, like
does it ever really explain why he's a monkey?
No. There's like one line where he finally decides to go to AA, and there is a line where he's like, "Oh, they say when you get famous is the age you get stuck at," and so that means I've been 15. By the way, I don't know what accent I'm doing, but anyway, he does make a comment where he's like been famous.
I like the accent.
I've been famous since I was 15.
It reminds me of the beekeeper.
Yeah, so that means I've been 15 my whole life. And then he says, I'm unevolved. And so that's maybe the closest it gets to acknowledging why he's a chimp in the movie. Other than that, dude, it's played completely straight. He's a chimp, and you just accept it pretty early on. And and you just, I don't know, dude. It's like by the end of the movie, you're like, yeah, man. I didn't know that the most famous pop star in Britain was a fucking chimp.
They did go with the easiest animal to animate as a human doing human things, though. Like if they had done like a wolf or some shit, it probably would have been
that would have been distracting.
They're saving that for Tony's biopic.
But dude, I'll tell you what. There's some musical numbers in the movie. There's like song and dance numbers in the movie that are really fucking good. They're like really well done. Where I'm like, this is like ain't nobody making movies like this anymore. Whoever did this,
so you're saying it's a dance flick fiasco?
It's a dance flick fiasco. I'll tell you, I cannot recommend this movie enough. It was so fucking good. I was like,
I'm excited to watch it now. On your right.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe we all shit on this when the trailer hit. Like nobody in America gives a fuck about this dude because by the end of this movie, I was like, I gotta catch up. I gotta see what people in Britain were all excited about in the 90s.
My friend saw a preview before all the backlash and people making fun of it and was like, yeah, that movie's great. And I'm like really into Robbie Williams now. It's crazy how people go from rich and famous and then they go to AA so they become rich and fame Voss.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all know who Robert Williams is? There's another one.
Rick Ross?
No, Robert Williams he's a famous painter. He did the
Bob Ross.
No,
Bob Ross.
No. He did the cover for Guns N' Roses' "Appetite for Destruction." That robot with
yeah.
Yeah, he did that painting. He's a famous painter. He's got a documentary. Like they did a movie on him.
Best Man, I think it's called.
No, it's called Mr. Bitchin'.
Okay.
But
wait, what was his name? Was Robert Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, Rick Ross's name, not Freeway Ricky Ross, the real gangster, but the rapper Rick Ross. His name is William Roberts, and Meek Mill's name is Robert Williams, which is why it's so crazy, such a coincidence that they work together at MMG because they have opposite names.
Oh,
that always fucked with me back in the day.
That is weird.
Yeah.
And Robbie,
I'm speaking Chinese to Dalton right now.
Yeah. Robbie, have you had a black and mild yet?
Oh no!
That's right. Robbie was supposed to smoke a black and mild.
This is a black and mild. They're usually longer, but yeah. And this is
I didn't want to take up too much. I didn't want to take up too much oxygen in the arena. I have been taking Zins, and I'm bordering on addicted to them.
Yeah, we were supposed to get a black and mild review from Robbie.
No, I thought we were both going to coordinate when smoking them, Dalton.
That's true. Yeah, I guess we're all
gotta smoke them on the podcast.
Yeah, we were all supposed to smoke a black and mild.
Yeah, black and mild review
and report back. I mean, I've smoked plenty in my life. Yeah. I think Craig and I have had similar lives in terms of at least cigarillos. So, Craig, I'm sure you're well acquainted with black and milds.
Very well acquainted. That was the first thing I was smoking before I even smoked menthol cigarettes, and then I smoked those, and I was like, don't need these anymore. I need a pack of 20. But I quit smoking on March 2nd, so nice. I would not be participating.
Oh, that's great. So did I, but I just had an urge and I caved. But
yeah, the first time I ever had like tobacco was I was 17 working at Subway in Springtown, Texas, and one of my coworkers bought me a pack of Apple Black and Milds, and I really enjoyed them, and I've smoked many Black and Milds since then.
That was similar. That was whenever I started smoking cigarettes, like actually buying packs myself. I was working at Dairy Queen whenever I was 16, and then my coworkers would smoke, and they would go out for a break, and that's the only way you could get a break. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna start smoking cigarettes.
That is how smoking starts when you're teenagers. You work in a shitty job, and it's everybody just uses smoking as like an excuse to go on a break.
Yeah.
So you're out back with like people you don't realize are complete fucking losers yet. You're like, you're 17, you don't even realize that it's like a 30-year-old working at Subway is kind of like fucked up.
The guy,
you're just like, oh, thanks for the cigarette, man. This is all, you're cool.
By the way, Dairy Queen, in my opinion, I think Jerry Queen, and it's Jerry Stiller and the King of Queens.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Even the manager at Subway, he would go out back, and we'd all just smoke together.
Oh, you get a bloomin' onion?
Yeah, we would get on a work outing now. No, they would not. Nobody at Subway was going to front the bill for a bloomin' onion.
How about Outback Jake House? And it's like, come on down for a bloomin' onion.
No, I just remembered that my manager at Subway, who at the time was only a couple of years older than me, he smoked those. It was like some brand called like Cheyenne.
Oh yeah, dude. We used to fucking everybody would pull up to the party with different flavor Cheyennes and be like sharing them and shit. Cheyennes were huge at my school.
They were like $2 or $3 a pack, and they were like sold as cigars. It was like a pack of.
They're the shittiest little fucking cigars ever.
Horrible.
About black and Cheyennes.
Yeah,
they're like cloves. Y'all remember cloves?
Oh yeah, the Jarum
Black.
Jarum.
Mm-hmm. I smoked those. I've smoked any type of tobacco you could possibly smoke,
except
cigars, because that's
cloves
gay.
Awesome.
Who wants to put a big fucking cigar in their mouth? That's gay as hell. That's the only one I never did.
Cloves were great.
I do have to run cigarettes.
What'd you say, Robbie?
I have to run soon.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yeah, the first pack of cigarettes I bought, they were called Timeless Time. They were $3. $3 and like 1 cent.
Timeless Time?
Yeah.
Were they time flavored, like the spice?
They're just shitty, cheap cigarettes, and I'd pay change and whatever.
Yeah,
it was great.
I stole.
Was that because you were working Chinese hours? You're like, I gotta find some cigarettes that don't take any time, man.
Dude, Chinese hours are just 2:30.
One time I stole a cigarette from my aunt once, and she smoked these. It was like knockoff American Spirits called Sky Dancers, and she swore that she was like, these are no additives or chemicals. They're healthier than regular cigarettes, and they're just like American Spirits, but they're like $3 a pack. And
oh shit!
From her once.
There's a little scroll down thing on this chat.
Yeah.
Pandatron, how long have you been here, brother?
Just about like 7 minutes or something like that.
Oh, okay. Like there's this little scroll down thing. I don't know if you guys have this on our little. You see the underneath us where we're in little squares.
Yeah.
Or is that just me?
You have access to all that.
No, that's you. That's you right there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just me.
Because you're hosting the.
Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in one row, and then you have to scroll down to see the next one. And I didn't, so that was.
Damn, I fucking love tobacco, dude. It sucks that tobacco like kills you because it's awesome.
It is awesome.
It's kind of good for you though.
Roe versus Dwayne Wade.
Robbie, I have a question. So when you say you have to run, does that mean that you will not be joining us for the Patreon today?
No.
Wait,
what's Robbie's pay?
What's your next moves? Like, you going on the subway or?
I am doing a Dan Wicks fiasco.
You gotta be fucking shitting me, dude.
Can you wait?
He did it.
Wait, Robbie, do your fucking. Let us stream your set.
Okay, it's a roast battle.
Put your
and I'm
phone where
judging.
we can see you performing, and we'll watch, and we'll all be
Okay.
entertained.
Okay.
It better
Alright,
be
I
your
think
best stuff, man. You guys, this is a tougher crowd than Kill Tony or Patreon. They're psychos. You know that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I know. But I
No, but
deserve it.
that would be pretty cool though. Even if you just show Dan Wick's face, I'll count that as
I will.
full
I will do
credit.
that. I will post Dan Wicks's face in the Patreon. How's that?
That's perfect, dude.
All
Yeah,
right.
because Robbie, should we let you go?
Hey, Craig,
like a-
ban Jerk Haggis from the chat. He's being trying to curse the show.
This show not going to last, gonna end up like Out for Smokes. I think I don't know. I think he's trying to make like some kind of cheeky.
I think he's
show.
being cheeky. He said he was in London, so he's being cheeky.
Dalton, that
No,
should bother us.
we were
'cause-
talking about going out. We were talking about smoking a lot. So I might
That
be
is
right.
true. You know what?
Dalton
Sorry,
is
Jerk.
swinging that band hammer. He like, man, get this nigga out of here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right,
let's,
Pandatron, can I tag you in for me?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Have
All right, I
fun.
gotta go, guys. Thank
Yeah,
you.
don't hurt yourself at the fiasco.
Wait, did you want to give a sign off? Oh, okay. I removed him, but I didn't know if he had anything else to say. Yeah, what were we talking about? Out for Smokes.
Cigarettes are cool. Tobacco's cool.
Well, should we go ahead and get some super chats and head to the Patreon here?
Yeah, let's get some super chats going.
Or I mean, read the super chats.
Oh, we haven't read any of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's probably why they're not coming in. People usually want them to be acknowledged at least.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the show, especially on the Arena of Ideas, I mean, we have so many literal talking heads here. It's like the chat kind of takes a back seat. If you want to get in the
This
action,
is not my beautiful house. This is not my DEI wife. That's something I was laughing about when people were saying that Bill Burr's wife is a DEI wife, which is one of those insane fucking comments I've ever seen.
DEI wife.
Yeah, I was like, this is not my beautiful house. This is not my DEI wife.
My beautiful, dark, twisted DEI life.
My beautiful. Yep.
Nice.
So I was actually recently just sick over the past few weeks. It hit me really bad. I was sick for like 40 hours. I think I had the flu.
Yeah, dude, I'm sick all the time, brother.
Oh wow, sick
I'm
of this
hanging
bullshit.
10, dude.
So I had like a really crazy fever dream, and I know that before I get started, I know who wants to hear about someone's dream, but I'll keep this short. Basically, I don't know what kind of event I was at. I don't know if it was like some sort of seminar or some sort of class, maybe, but it was being presented or taught or hosted by Jay Leno. And I was just like, why is this guy here or whatever? And at one point, like we were taking a break or some sort of like little breather throughout the event, and I pulled out my vape pen, and it was like a weed vape pen. And I asked him, and this just came out of my mouth. I was like, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? He was like, oh, and he took it from me, and he was like, oh wow, this is great. I've never really seen one of these. And then he just instantly just fucking ripped it. He ripped it hard, and like he wasn't able to make it back to the event. And we found him. He was in the bathroom, and he had the door closed. And we went in there. We were looking at it, and he just couldn't talk. Like he couldn't get it out. He was clearly frustrated that he was almost kind of like blaming me that I handed it to him. And he was just kind of like he was like, hi. He was like making those Jay Leno noises, and he was just like clearly frustrated. And
damn,
he tried to blame me for it, and then I woke up. Then I was still sick. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a wild fever dream.
Did Conan appear?
No.
He thought you were Kevin Eubanks.
Yeah.
That's
Kevin
a crazy
Hart.
dream.
I've had a situation like that before, not with Jay Leno, but with a person. They ask you to smoke something, and then you let them, and then they get upset with you for it. It's like, I didn't make you do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy way to be.
Yeah.
Someone offers you something, unless they like force it on you, or if they pull the old switcheroo, where it's like, oh, this shit had embalming fluid on it, or just kidding, these aren't weed edibles, these are mushroom edibles. Then you could be like, what the fuck, man?
I didn't know you smoke sherm.
It was a girl in
I would love
college.
to try it.
And her friend came up to me afterwards. She was like, "What did you give her? Did you drug her?" And so then I was like, "I gotta leave this situation right now because
oh yeah,
got pretty hairy."
Oh, I don't mind it when
But
a
it was
girl
this
gets
week.
a little hairy. You know, I don't mind that.
It's
nah.
okay sometimes.
Little armpit
It ain't too
hair.
bad.
Not armpit, but
Well, let's get through some of these super chats because we got to hit the page here soon,
Mm-hmm.
especially just me and
Shit,
Dalton.
man,
today.
I gotta update the audio feed again. Sorry, everybody. Gifted the Crowder Boys gifted 5 of the Crowder Boys memberships. You're welcome, everyone.
Yes. Let's see. Bert JRE dropped one day after Crack song. Coincidence? Actually, yes, it was. I'll talk about this a little more on my stream, probably on Saturday, but that was a complete coincidence. This happens really often, and it's kind of weird. I don't know why it happens. The same thing happened when I dropped LA is Gay. It just so happened to be the week that Gringo Poppy dropped. I had no idea.
Craig, you're tuned in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're tuned in.
Yeah, synchronicities.
Yeah, and I did not realize. Well, and the reason that Bert went on JRE is because the day I dropped the song, and I had no idea about this, at midnight later, not
Points.
the show. Yes, the point. Yeah, exactly. The point is, I had no idea that Bert was dropping a special the same that night at midnight. At midnight points that I dropped the song.
I thought you planned that.
Yeah,
I thought that was some
planned that,
synergy.
dude. That's crazy.
Because you put the tour dates at the end of the video too.
That was a really nice touch,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
is
had no
wild,
idea
man.
he was coming
Bert
out with
rules.
another split. We love Bert around here.
I mean, he's a real ass dude. I don't know what you want. Like Bert is a real ass dude. Look at the other guys surrounding him. You're gonna tell me those guys are cool?
He lives his truth more than any of them.
Yeah.
I respect nobody that says now Bert sucks, but I'm gonna go listen to I love Rogan, but when Bert's on, go fuck yourself. Like
yeah,
one of them suck, they all suck. Okay.
Yeah.
Rogan's
That's
probably
what,
the
that's
most.
what I say. Which I will probably go back on that word later and make up other lies and other truths at some point. So
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, Rogan is kind of like a CIA asset and an asset for different. Like
he's definitely an ass.
That is true.
He's a propaganda mouthpiece.
Yeah, he's definitely an asset for the CIA and different like tech companies and billionaires and what.
And anyone who gives him a good pat on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he likes that. He's bald, which we talked about earlier. Do you think? I bet Rogan thinks about every day the fact that he's bald and his name sounds like Rogan. None of us ever think about it, but I get that he
I'm
does.
willing to bet you it would not even like that would go over his head. Like I'm willing to bet that if you mention that to him, he would be like, "Oh yeah, I guess I never really realized that."
I also don't like how he kind of took. I don't want to say he took ownership, but in a roundabout way, he kind of. It seems as if people claim he's responsible for people shaving their heads bald, which is absolutely not true. First of all, it was Michael Jordan with black people back when he did it. And then when white people started doing it, was because of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, I was going to say Krillin.
Yes, yeah. Who was the coolest bald dude before?
Yeah, Mexicans started shaving their head when Krillin.
Yeah.
That was full circle. Yeah. Let's see. We got Show Me the 1099s. Please don't be mean to me. Much love for the Crowder Boys centric chorus in Mean Machine. Which yes, this is now the second time that I've stolen Dalton's jokes. That's what everybody online was saying. Dalton is that I stole.
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't think you were stealing anything. I just was like, oh yeah, that's.
I did steal the key to the bathroom.
Yeah, but it's not really. I don't know.
No, you told him he was about to use that.
It doesn't. For me, I don't think it was stealing. You just inspired. I don't know. But you know what you know what I've said. Good artists borrow, great artists steal, and that's a quote that I've originally said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Brendan Sagalow had a song where he said, "Please don't be mean to me."
He did. Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if he says you stole that from me, I'm going to be like, actually, you stole it from us, and I stole it back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is, nobody stole anything from each other. We all just happen to be funny people that came up with something funny. That's really not that. It's funny, but it doesn't take intelligence, and that's something we all have in common.
you guys used it all in unique way or like different ways, different enough ways to where it's like, same idea, but
Yeah, dumb, funny people are gonna think of the same shit sometimes.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
Smart, funny people they write for the Onion or whatever they do.
In music,
Yeah.
you can get away with it. Like you can directly copy a line from a poem and a song, and like nobody reads poetry anymore, so they're not gonna know.
Absolutely. Let's see. We got C Dumps with a super sticker. Thank you, C Dumps. Ride Santa Cruz gifted 10. Thank you. Ride Santa Cruz.
Shout
Pause. C Dumps says, I'm out on Madea movies. Sorry. That was very cunty. Bert alert.
I can't believe Madea is where we lost C-Dubs.
No, but she
This is
saves it. She saves it
Dumbarelli.
here. Bert alert. Crack thinking about Bert should have to take off his shirt. You want me to take my shirt off?
You don't have to say your shirt.
C Dumps, if you take enough of those fireball shots, you'll be right into that Madea movie.
Wait, C Dumps, is that like a racist thing? Like she didn't explain why she's out on Madea movies.
I love Madea movies.
See,
Seems
that's
like
how do you
implied
feel about
racism.
Big Mama's house?
Maybe Tyler Perry took opportunities away from her family.
I hope so. Yeah. Why not the Madea movie? It's like I feel like that would be Ernest to the umpteenth power with Dalton. That would be like
Yeah. Madea
Ernest,
is
but-
basically Black Ernest.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to do that. Sounds like a good
They
idea.
both have gone to jail.
Yeah, they both be going places.
They both be going places. Yeah.
I could see Ernest and Tim Allen being really good friends.
Yes, I would watch that.
They were in a movie together. It's called Toy Story.
Yeah.
That's true.
There you go. There you go.
That's our fact checking, by the way. When Dalton says something, I just go, "That's true," and we're good. We don't Google.
We
don't
don't
have a
need anyone
Jamie.
to pull anything up, dude.
He's Slinky Dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not no
he's like
Wikipedia
that.
warriors around
Shout
here.
out Slinky Dog.
Know what I mean?
Woody.
My favorite part of the Ernest movies is you always know what he means. At least me. I don't know about you guys. I always know what he means.
It's never
It's almost telepathic the way I know what he means.
Yeah. There's nothing Ernest has ever said or done.
Telepathic.
Sorry. Michael Hall says put your name on it. Michael, can you explain what that means? That was from a long time ago.
It's from like probably like 2 hours ago.
It's $20. So
Dude, I'm about to piss
Yeah,
my
we should
britches.
recall that joke. Yeah,
Hold on one second. I'm about to piss my britches. I'll be right back.
be careful.
I will.
Don't slip.
let's see. We'll get some answers from Michael Hall here in a minute. We got, let's see, Robbie's third cousin. 20 memberships. Thank you, dog. Robbie's third cousin, quickly becoming one of the top elite crowder heads. Kenny T. Strangle Chef, Mariska Hargitay, shout out Lily Abernathy, and Art of Chris. Yeah, guys, check out fucking Chris's art. The shit's fucking crazy. I don't know how he does it.
Go to YouTube. It's there.
He's doing commissions.
I got a couple commissions.
You're the commissioner?
Yes.
He's the raw commissioner of art.
No,
Art of _ Chris.
I would love to be a commissioner for Raw.
That would be
Raw.
fucking sick, dude.
Dude, I loved it.
What do you think about Cena's promo in Brussels? You see that?
You mean just where he beat up Cody Rhodes?
No, the most. Did you watch the most recent Monday Night Raw?
No, I don't have Netflix.
You don't have Netflix.
What? No, I don't spend money. I don't like spending money. Everything's a scam. There's good scams.
Let me ask you something, and I don't mean to be insulting, Art of Chris, if I may call you that.
It's not a good start.
What do you have? What are some things you do have?
I got a guitar. I got a
nice.
I got other instruments. I pretty much got everything.
Except Netflix.
Instruments. All right. You got a TV?
Yeah.
What you be watching on there?
I mean, Skanks, Lewis and Zach Show, Crowder Boys.
So you have Gas
Corn
Digital,
Fed.
but not Netflix.
No,
I
I do
respect
not have
that.
Gas and Digital. I'm so poor.
Yeah, Netflix is ass digital.
No, I'm so poor. I'm so poor. I don't Netflix and chill. I YouTube and hang out.
YouTube's awesome. I like YouTube.
There's a better time.
So you're great equalizer. You can have anybody over and just watch YouTube. Yeah,
yeah. That's true. I can bootleg anything. There's like any movie that comes out, I can bootleg. Yeah. I watched the Penguin bootleg. I didn't have to pay for it. There's nothing good on Netflix. If I get Netflix, I'm going to spend 20 minutes fucking doom scrolling through everything and be like,
Dragon Ball Daima.
I haven't seen that. People say it's good
on Netflix.
WWE Monday Night Raw.
I don't watch wrestling. Will never be as good as the Attitude Era. I can't watch it now.
I agree 100%, but
they don't hit each other.
I still be watching that shit. Man, as long as CM Punk is there, I'm watching it.
That clip that just came out of John Cena, like pointing at a kid in the crowd. And
dude, that was the first time. That was the only time this month that I've shed tears. That made me laugh so fucking hard.
That was so funny. Just like they get cut to this kid who looks so fucking distraught.
Wait, what is
like, why is John Cena mad at me?
I get so high I can barely open my eyes when I watch wrestling. And that caught me so fucking off guard. He goes, all right, so Cena goes, he's dressing down the fans. He's talking about, he's like, you guys, for 20 years, I've been your puppet. You don't give a fuck about me. Oh, yeah. Obviously, he didn't say that. This is crack paraphrase here.
By the way, Cena has done a heel turn. He's a bad guy now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
For those who don't know, if you've been living under the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. What the
hell? Which I fucking hate the Rock. He sucks. Cena is single-handedly putting this fucking angle on his back, and people are gonna give the final boss.
Her angle?
God damn it.
No.
It's gonna happen every time, isn't it? I refuse to say storyline. I say angle. But so Cena's going off on everybody, and he's like, all of you guys, you even made up a joke about an invisible thing that's not even funny, and he's going off, he's railing on him. Pause. And he goes, every single last one of you in this audience, even that kid right there, and they don't show him yet, they're still showing Cena, and he's like, even that kid over there is in a toxic relationship, saying with him. And then they pan to the kid, and it's the most like frightened deer in the headlights, little fucking foreign Belgian kid.
And he's like decked out in John Cena merch.
That's also the best part.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that actually.
It was a meme coming to life. It was like he just shit on this little kid who's wearing everything that John Cena could possibly sell, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" You know. And I don't know if he knows what's going on. But I don't feel too bad for that kid, because whether it's later that night or 5 years from now, he's going to be so happy that he was a part of that moment.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But for right now, he is probably like, my hero just called me a fucking retard in front of 50,000
Well, how old was he? He looked like he was like maybe 11 or something like that.
I would have guessed like 9 or 10, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I bet if the meme...
Be all right. That's awesome,
So did that clip like go viral, like the clip of that happening?
It went viral enough that it came across my feed. Like,
yeah. I was just like, because maybe Cena will see that it went viral and like reach out to the kid and do something with him, or like send him some merch. Or
he might next year. But what I like about Cena that I fucking hate about The Rock is he's keeping kayfabe.
Right.
Cena press
the
conference,
wishy-washy shit, not the wishy.
Yeah, not the Rock who fucking goes out and pretends to be a bad guy and then goes to a press conference 30 minutes later and he's like, "Yeah, we just had a great time. It's all fun, guys.
We like to have fun, folks."
He is the worst. I can't fucking stand The Rock. Yeah.
And the most interesting version of The Rock was probably like 2006 or when he first started trying to get into acting, and he was actually taking on roles that made him look, you know, where he was like more human in the
The Rundown,
or no, like Southland Tales or shit like that, where he was not big in acting yet, so he just had to try and like work his way into being an actor. That was like
Zatura.
Do what?
Was he in Zatura? Or that it's like sci-fi.
Zathura?
I call it. I've never heard of Zatura, but that sounds like it's. Sorry,
Zathura or something like that.
I know you're good.
I don't know.
That sounds like the real pronunciation, the way you said it.
Like what makes John Cena is not afraid to he's not afraid to take on roles where he might be the bad guy, or he's very flawed in the movie or whatever.
Dalton, you haven't been afraid to take on roles either.
All right. It was very. I do like roles, and I like roll.
No.
Picking up the pieces, beautifully broken.
He's picking up fucking Reese's Pieces.
Oh yeah, I'm excited because I did. This is in the same vein as roll. I did buy a pack of the Post Malone Oreos. I haven't tried them yet.
Oh my god!
I'm excited to try those.
In the same vein,
I hate when white people call them Posty. I love Posty.
That's what the Oreo thing does say, Posty. The bag of Oreos says Posty.
I've seen Posty 6 times every time he comes to town.
Yeah, that is Posty. Ugh, that's bad. Posty.
Yeah.
There's no way he even likes that.
Nah.
I think they like money, dude. These motherfuckers are getting paid.
They do like money.
Yeah.
Guys. Let's see. We got where was we at here? How about a K-pop group called the Rice Girls?
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's great.
Yeah. There's the Sriracha.
There's Jasmine. Yeah.
Basmati.
Jasmine,
Basmati. Elof, Zatarans.
Uncle Ben.
Rice.
we just call her Benji.
Yeah, my favorite rice girl is Uncle Ben.
What do you guys think is a better Uncle Ben, the rice or from Spider-Man?
Oh, the rice.
Yeah, I guess the rice.
Yeah, because that gave us the greatest moment in TV when Tony Soprano is so racist that a box of Uncle Ben's cost him.
Yeah, and Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, he only gave us with great power comes great responsibility. And he's out.
He kind of dipped out. He's really inconsequential.
I gotta watch this Madam Web movie because apparently Adam Scott's character in that movie is Uncle Ben.
Can I tell you guys a quick story? The Uncle Ben reminded me. Speaking of Uncle Ben's rice, one time I bought Uncle Ben's rice, and at the time I had a black roommate, if you can believe it. I
think they call it is a cellmate.
I've had that too. But I had a black roommate at the time, and we were boys at the time. But one time I came home, and I came to the apartment, and I just bought like a box of rice because I wanted to have rice on the weekend. I didn't think about what kind I was buying, but it was around the time that like Aunt Jemima was like, we need to change Aunt Jemima that's racist.
Oh yeah.
And I think they were trying to do the same thing with Uncle Ben's maybe. But I just bought whatever. I just grabbed some rice. Didn't even think about it. Put it in the pantry, and I come home, and on the little I guess the dinner table that we had in like the foyer or whatever, the box is just sitting right in the middle, just out by itself. And I'm like, why is that box of rice sitting out there? And I was like, did he like see that box and he's like pissed about it? And he's like leaving it on the table, like we're gonna talk about this later. Like that, a million things are going through my mind about like, why is this box? I don't like. What is he upset about? I don't think he would be upset. He doesn't seem like a guy that would really even care about that. And plus, I didn't buy like the Uncle Ben's for a gag. Like I didn't. And so I'm like all not worried because I don't give a fuck really either way. But I'm like, why would he do that? And then I found out he just had a Zoom meeting on his phone and needed something to lean his phone up against.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that deep.
Right.
I will say if you don't have like without a rice cooker, making rice just like actual like real ass rice is kind of difficult.
What do you mean?
I got a rice cooker, son.
No.
Like if I go buy a bag of like a big bag of jasmine rice and I want to cook it,
yeah.
No.
If I just cook it in a pot, there is some skill involved. It is not intuitive. It's kind of you have to know what you're doing.
Like what to make it turn out right, or
to make it turn because I've cooked rice in a pot before where I was like, yeah, you can eat this, but it fucking sucks.
Yeah, you got to make sure it doesn't get stuck to the bottom.
I just stick with white rice.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
So like either microwave rice or rice cooker takes out all the skill necessary to actually cook a good pot of rice. Because I'm not, I'm not Korean. I'm not Chinese. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, apparently to
Make
make sticky rice, you have to like wash it first and then cook it.
You do need to wash your rice a few
Yeah.
times.
You're supposed to do that regardless.
Yeah, you should wash your rice a couple times.
Well, there's some brands where they washed it already and added some minerals and vitamins to it already, so you don't necessarily have to wash that. But yeah, rice can be pretty fucking disgusting and dirty.
Yeah, you should definitely wash it if you just buy the big ass bag.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, the big burlap bag that you get at H Mart. Yeah.
yeah.
So you've just been sitting on like the floor of a barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I believe
like
that
you know what though? I like rice. Rice is good.
Rice is good.
Sorry, what's the super chat we're trying to read? Pets for Sumo Dog. Robbie is Matan's second uncle. Panda is our Emu. A Smith. Whisk Wild Dog. That's Doggies and my
I like
hair
that.
Stole the show. Yeah.
Nice.
Drew, I want to tell you right now, your super chat, I like that.
Shout out, Drew.
So yeah, this has been the Arena of Ideas. We
Is
didn't
that
get
all the
anybody
super
here.
chat? That's all the super. Oh, that is all. I'm kind of
That's
like
all
this
of them.
week. I guess the people, tax returns haven't come in.
That's how the arena can be sometimes, It's like I think on our just regular shows we get more.
This year. I got so many 1099s I got to show the IRS.
Every time, dude. Fuck.
Have you had to file 1099s before? I've never had to do a 1099.
Get
yeah,
you
this
an
will be my
accountant.
third year now.
I got like 4 1099s I got to show.
Dude, I hope that you've like favorited every tax form that has been emailed to you at some point during the year, because you're gonna have fun trying to find your fucking 1099s. Some of them make them easy for you, but some of them.
Well, I think Patreon and YouTube, they're just there on the page. Like you just pull them up.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Twitter mailed me a 1099 for like $800, which I guess is technically still enough that I have to file it, but it feels real fucking stupid to have to file for less than $1,000.
We got one more.
Show me the Dalton. Show me the 1099s. Yeah, man. 1099, dude. I am starting to get I'm starting to feel like I'm maybe a little bit a part of the problem now because I'm getting real fucking sick of taxes. And I guess
I'm not even sick of the money they take. I'm sick of having to do them.
I don't like that I have to do any work for. I mean, honestly, like take whatever.
You've already
taken a robot.
Go ahead and
just
send
do it
whatever you need to send to Israel. Just don't make me have to fucking file this shit.
Oh my!
we got all these fucking supercomputers, and Elon Musk, he can't come up with a computer to do my fucking taxes for me.
Yeah, it's like it's like cool.
I want
like,
him to, but I'm just saying.
Every fucking paycheck I get is like 40%'s been taken away from it, and then at the end of the year, I got to do more work to.
Yeah, it's your job.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. It's like you're fucking me in the ass,
and the mouth,
and
the ears.
Yeah, and they make
and the hair.
Yeah, and they're making me clean my stuff up.
Yeah.
What's next? The belly button?
It doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Every hole.
Well, guys, I think this has been this edition of the Arena of Ideas. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Boys, we're going to let you go. Go ahead and start them with Kent and work your way down. Pause. Go ahead and hit us with some plugs before we get out of here. You guys are all aspiring, not even aspiring. You are creators. We're all creators. So let them know.
Well, as always, I'm happy to pop on, and it's Kentwood's music. I'm working on a new single and a new music video, like the one that I put out last time. Shooting for March 30th. So if you guys want to check that out, please do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll catch you next time, Kent.
Hell yeah, much love, y'all. Peace.
Peace, brother. And Kent, if you guys don't know, if anybody's checked out my stream on the weekend and you like the intro, the stream waiting music, it sounds groovy. That's all from Kent Woods.
Yeah,
he's the fucking man. Yeah, it's very groovy. It's my bag, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Panda, let them know.
Pandatron. I'm gonna be starring in Deuce Bigalow 3 with Melissa McCarthy, and I'm gonna be playing the vibrator. So that's gonna be great, and hope to see you there.
Nice, dude. We'll catch you next time, Pandatron.
All right.
Peace, brother. Oh, this is a weird camera now. There we go. Chris, let him know, my brother.
All right. Yeah, just check out Older Chris. It's on YouTube, Instagram, same thing. There's, I don't know if you see it, hippo. It's a hippo
Oh
playing
yeah,
Oh, I like that.
it almost kind of looks like a capybara.
Kind of, yeah. I can't get a good angle on it, but anyway, check out that.
Herd angle?
Yes. Yeah, check out those things. Do you stuff? I found out this new channel of perichoresis. This old guy talking about like Buddhism and Christianity. I don't know. You got to check him out.
We don't support the Crowder Boys. Do not endorse whoever
Yes.
this guy is. We know you, Chris. We know you. We don't
It's
know.
really cool. Go check him out. Perichoresis.
This Eastern philosophy.
Well, yeah, perichoresis means the relationship between the Father, the Son.
I want some Eastern Punani.
Yeah. What about a paracadesis?
Oh,
Paracadese nuts.
You can do that too. I'll post it later anyway. But yeah, I guess that's it.
All right, Chris, you're the man.
Give me money.
Oh yes, and give him money. We'll catch you next time, Chris.
All right,
Fuck!
Peace, brother.
Somebody subscribed to the Patreon 3 days ago, and then that same person canceled their subscription. Why do people do? Why would you do that?
Well, I do the same type of thing all the time. You know, I think he wants to watch all the Patreons thus far, and then maybe decide if he wants to re-up. But he's got it for the whole month, so I don't have a problem with that. You know why? Because we got his foot in the door, and now it's our job to sell.
Yeah,
you know, we're gonna sell him on why he should, and maybe he'll do this every month.
I hope he didn't cancel because the audio feed is behind. I'm working on being better about that.
If anybody is canceling because of the audio feed, fuck them. Let them go.
Yeah, go fuck your
We don't
mother.
need those people.
Well, let's do some We'll do the shout outs and then we'll go to the Patreon.
Sounds
If you
good.
subscribe to the $10 and up tier on the Patreon and get a shout out on the show every week, no matter how many times we've said your name before. And so we'll start with the $50 tier, or Please Don't Be Mean to Me tier. Still trucking is MC Downtrend, a true warrior in the arena of ideas. MC Downtrend. And they're a $10 tier, the new rulers, we call them. Aaron Gutenplan, Bad Bart, Broke DGen, rest in peace. Cummerstein, Drew Huntley, friend of the show, Drew Huntley. James Worrell, JCG, Johan, Raymones, Robert Erickson, Simpin Ain't Easy, Steez Nuts, the Muad'Dib, Tarvin, Trevin Baker, Textbook, and Vincente Caprini, also Broke DGen, rest in peace. And that's patreon.com/the Crowder Boys. We're heading over there now. Yep. That's it.
Nice. Let me check the chat one more time. I'm getting you those links in there. Let's see. Any other pressing news? Any other super chats before we go?
That's everything. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We appreciate your you guys is watching the show. Thank you for your support. To all of us, all those of you who gave us money. Thank you for your patronage. And please subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/the Crowder Boys for as little as $5 a month. You get access to all the premium episodes and bonus content. And then $10 and up, you get a shout out on the show. And then there's like some other perks also. But yeah, it's the only podcast left. We do the best show ever on the internet.
It's not the last podcast left. It's the only podcast.
It's the only
left.
podcast.
And we'd like to have you guys here with us, especially on the ground floor, because we do expect this thing to just explode and take off one day. So
it's exploding. It's taking off now, dude. I mean, people, the internet is buzzing about us. They're saying, this is the best show I've ever heard. Listen to.
The internet is buzzing and to infinity and beyond, brother. That's where I see us going. And if you want to go with us, the link is in the description. It's patreon.com/the Crowder Boys. And I tell you what, things happen during the week. Some things can beat you down. Some things can have you feeling sad. But this is truly one of the bright spots in my life, really, that we get to do this every week. The fact that we get to do this, I get to do this podcast with these guys who I was, once a fan of Dalton, and I knew who Robbie was, and and now we're all together doing a show by the grace of God. So And I say that to say that there is a fourth Crowder boy. We like to joke about that, calling different people the fourth Crowder boy, but the real secret is the fourth Crowder boy is you guys. It's the chat. You know, this is an intimate show where we really need you there. So do your duty.
I was thinking
Sal
is going to be so happy to hear this. That he is the fifth Crowder boy.
Well, Sal's actually the sixth because
behind Tom Myers. Yeah.
Tom Myers is number 5. He solidified that spot. Anytime you want to come back, Tom. But I know I'm ranting, I'm yapping, but I'm having a good time doing this show, and you guys should come check out the Patreon. We might get an appearance from Robbie on stage, and I mean, that's to die for. So we'll see you guys over there. Link in the description. Come join us, man. It's a good show. And for those not joining us, we'll see you next week on the Crowder Boys. Peace out.